Okay, everyone has the map loaded then. Everyone can move their tokens. Alright.
I can move all kinds of tokens.
Really? You can move all the tokens?
Better.
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
I can move any tokens that I want.
That's weird. I'm pretty sure I put it as, Alright, I'll have to look at that another day.
The one thing is I can't remember what I did with my token, so I don't know.
The three of us are up at the top, like, talking to the mage dudes or whatever when we ended.
Yeah, like way top.
Ah, yes. Thank you.
Alright. So the stream's going, we're going. Alright. So what we're going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and change the track for a recap. Mr. Bot, I need you to play this song. Cute. Okay. Let's try that again. Stop. And then play. Oops. Do dip. Okay, you're not playing. Let's try that one more time. There we go. Alright, so last time we had 6 groovy folks getting off boats. Well, really 5, because one was already here. And then they ran around town like crazy. Belzec was looking for gear because he had none. Tataka was just walking around. She met a thing called Lore. Lore was looking for someone to help him make stuff. Then there was super cool bot came around and was like, hey, you know how to make stuff? Yeah. And then we had 2 weird person, a bird person named Argus, and a weird elf named Kestrel, who talked about lizards. I don't know what the deal about that was. But they got off the boat. And they found a weird thing that took pictures. Kind of weird. But it was super cool because, you know, Argus makes some fine dough. And out of nowhere, a fox guy came out. A fox person. That fox person was running around going, hey, what's going on with everything? And then, boom. Everyone hit the middle of town. It was like some sort of crazy, man, I just got hit with something like my head was hurting. And then we had the robot, the orc, the dwarf, the bird person, all me in the middle. And it was cool for a minute. And then they all split. And all of a sudden, the little robot started shaking. And all of a sudden, boof, big guy popped in the sky. It's like, hey, we got this weird thing going on with this island. But you fools just did something mad crazy. You all decided that. It's like, you just built yourself on top of the first clue. No wonder you can't find anything. And, that's kind of where we are at this point. So yeah, so now we're at the point where you guys just found out that the whole bit with the reason why no one's really gone anywhere on this was the fact that no one, I guess whoever decided to put this as a starting outpost, really just didn't have the idea that thinking that they were burying themselves on the top of a clue. So the whole town is now bustle with activity. You see people just murmuring in the distance going, well, how can we know that's true? What does this mean? Is the race back on? And so the town's kind of alight with a lot more, you know, anticipated energy than normal, and some anxieties thinning the air because people really don't know what's going on anymore. They don't know where to trust this or not. So that's where you guys are now with your respective groups. So at this point, I think last time we left off with, I think we ended up leaving you guys off with, I think it was Belzec, Tatanka, and Lore unleashing that, correct?
Where we left off at is the big giant guy saying...
Right, but I don't remember who was the last group that was talking.
I was pretty sure that they were going up to talk to the mages and that they were talking first. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Okay, so it's the Argus, Kestrel, and Lumen. Okay, we'll square up everyone up here then. Alright. So we will go ahead and I could do this cool thing where you guys can be centered on my view. Alright, Kestrel, Argus, and Lumen, go ahead and take it from here.
I'm not the only one who saw that, correct?
Hey, Mel, thanks for joining us.
No, doesn't look like, we all saw it, so, pardon me, gents, you have any idea what on earth you could be talking about?
The elderly gentleman on the left there, he kind of just is in shock, and he takes a moment to compose himself, like, "Well, B, I didn't think that I would live to see a clue given, or even a hint. Lucky day. So, yeah, remember I told you earlier that this book that you got actually had, you know, clues and stuff? Well, no one's been able to even finish the first page, so now it's a good opportunity to do so, but I'm not entirely sure what he means by you're standing on top of it. This place is huge."
Well, I'm here to solve the problem, not to do any of that stupid reading. So let's cut to the chase. Is there any sort of like underground thing around, like beneath the city, or anything like that?
Well, as the one on the right says, well, I think there was like an ancient sewer that, was built here, but I can't remember where the entrance was. I thought they built over it when they put in the new state-of-the-art one. Man, indoor plumbing's been great for the last 15 years.
Sounds fantastic. Is there anything that they have that's below ground that doesn't involve sewage?
Both of them kind of look in. Both of them kind of just go is just thinking, and they kind of murmur to themselves like, well, well, I think there was something going on with the, oh, I think maybe in the middle of the town, or maybe one of the old inns might have a connection, because they had to have a direct connection to the old sewers in the old plumbing system, if I remember correctly.
Fascinating. Question still stands. Anything that doesn't involve me getting shit on my boots?
The one on the right goes, I think there could be one in the old cave system. I, uh, I remember distinctly that the old sewer kind of ran that way, but I don't
There's
know.
that word again. There's a lot of sewer talk around here, and I'm not liking it.
That one just might be completely vacant. I don't know if anyone's actually used it for the sewer since the new one was built.
There it is again. Okay. Fine.
Alright, anyone else want to ask questions here?
No, but I wanted to point out the irony that a bird is complaining about getting shit on.
So, is there... Do we have any idea of where underneath it might be? I suppose if you all did, we wouldn't have been to town over it. Now that I'm thinking out loud.
The guy on the left, he basically takes a minute to kind of stroke his temple a little bit and trying to remember some stuff. Well, when I was an old, what do we call them? Oh, right, civil engineers. That's the coin we found in the archives. Well, when this was originally an outpost, it was built on a weird sort of cave system, but then they kind of just paved over it and made it a little bit easier for us to go ahead and just, you know, flush stuff down, and then it just kind of goes out and then it goes underneath the port.
And then again.
Alright. I imagine there'll be many people down there then. If this competition is as involved as they say.
They both nod in agreement, saying yes. Yes, it really seems like this is going to kickstart things back up after things have been kind of dull for the last 25 years. Alright, anything else from this group?
Not from me.
Well, Kestrel is having technical issues.
Oh, okay. Let's see here.
Rip new mic.
Yeah, always a fun time with that. Kestrel, go ahead and if you want to, go ahead and type your questions in the D&D campaign section. I'll read it out loud, and I'll try to answer your questions while we mess with your mic a little bit.
She doesn't have any questions other than what I was asking. So
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pan over to our other group that's down by the smithing quarters and go ahead and let them have a chance to address the phenomenon. And I will go ahead and center players on current view. All right. Go and take it away.
I meant to ask, did we get my spikes bent that I needed bent? I can't remember if we did that or not.
Yeah, that I'll go and consider that done. Since it sounds like as you guys were doing that, the other group was heading to talk to the other old people.
Is Laura all right? He looks a little dizzy.
This is a clue. A clue. This is exciting. I have ideas.
I thought
What?
you were building a dog bot.
We did that. It's good.
Oh, dog bot's a thing now.
Yes.
Pixar didn't happen.
You see him?
I need name. But anyways, this is exciting. This is very, very exciting.
Lord, do
Are
you
you
know
excited?
Clue?
Yeah, what exactly is going
Are you
on here, Laura? You're like dancing in a circle. What exactly
Yes.
do you say it's a clue?
This is time. I have idea. They say it's underneath the island. What if we excavate?
The whole island?
No, there'll be strategic points. I'm certain that we could find a library and find the documentation, and there's clearly sewers or underground anything under this beautiful structure. There is. They do have plumbing here. Do they have plumbing where you come from?
No.
Well, I'm not going to confuse you with that. Let's skip that part. I'm actually more curious as to how you know this stuff. Because last I understood, you had no clue what the hell was going on, and you wanted to make a dog bot, and now all of a sudden you know what's going on with this.
Well, I have been programmed to know all about the contest. It was something that I was programmed with and taught. My master, he built me for that. This is my purpose. Will you help?
Well, I mean, if it gets me an island, hell yeah, but
Oh.
just suspicious. Anyway,
Oh,
so
I never said I didn't know or knew nothing last time. You just didn't ask, if I'm not mistaken. All you were concerned with was getting your pythons bent, which I believe we did.
no, my pythons are not bent. My pythons are bent. It's spikes. Anyway, I digress. So I'm going to approach said robot thingy over here. Wait, is the robot active currently?
Yes, it is.
I'm not talking about Laura. I'm talking about the actual robot. I thought they
Yeah.
like malfunctioned or whatever.
They did, but they're back. They got rebooted essentially.
Alrighty. Hey, robot thing. Question. Where is the library for this? He's suggesting we go there.
It springs and hums back to life. Well, hello there. Well, if you're looking for the archives, just head north. You'll see a span of buildings, and if you pick either the fourth or fifth building from the left, that will be the first of many archives that you can go into.
I don't like this mini archive sound. Laura, do you have any idea which one it might be?
I'm from here, Sal. Do you think I can
Yeah.
make a roll to figure that out?
Yep. Go ahead and roll a history check and with advantage.
Ooh, how do you roll with advantage?
Just just go roll /roll and then a d20 and then /roll a d20 again. It's not like our dice bot, unfortunately.
History.
while he's processing, I'm gonna knock on his head, try and see if it helps out.
It just kind of you just hear a kunk kunk, and that's it.
Please
Ariel's
don't
talking about
irritate
Lord,
him
I'm
while
Little
he's
Robot,
helping
right?
us.
Okay. So with that information, you know that the mini archives are actually conduits to get information from the major archive from the sanctum. So basically, if you go to any of the mini ones, they essentially act as a way to get the information you need from any resource in the actual major archive found in the sanctum. So you're not going to lose any actual effect by just going to one of the smaller archives.
Okay, so just for brevity for future reference. So when we do things like this and like, we're kind of is he like relaying this information to us, or are we gonna actually like try to role play repeating the info back?
I leave that to the player. If the player just tells me, I just tell the group, then I'll leave it at that. But if the player wants to withhold it, then they can also make that decision as well.
Well, I figure the stuff you want the player to know specifically would be like. Anyway, sorry that kind of answers my question. The reason being is, all right then.
You know, I said what he said. We just need to go to one of the archives, the conduits.
Well,
Let's
where
go.
are they?
The north.
All right, Stonker, you're gonna follow them too.
Yeah, I'll go.
Hey, dwarven lady, come on.
All right, as those guys will trek back up to the archives, we'll pan back over to the other half of the group.
So, what do the archives look like? Are these dome things?
Yeah, it's the dome things. It's exactly 3 from where Argus, Kestrel, and Lemon are at. So you should pass right by them. So at the same time, as both of you were having the conversation at the same time, what will this group up here of you 3 will do? Are you guys gonna hang out a little bit, or what will you guys do? Because there'll be a bit of time before the other half of the team makes their way up.
Sorry, can I do a quick tutorial for Lore?
Yeah.
Lore, quit running off for a sec. Or are you moving, Lore?
No, he's moving.
If you put us all in a group when you're moving us, especially if you know where you're going, if you just hold click left and scroll across everybody, you can grab all of us and move us.
No.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Nope, you're good. So, Kestrel, Argus, and Lemon, are you guys gonna do anything different? Are you gonna stick around for a little bit?
Sorry for earlier. I had a bit of a frog in my throat. You suggested an inn might lead us toward the underground somewhere. What's the oldest inn in the city?
Well, if you're looking for the oldest, you should try the Hearth. I heard the Ursine there inherited that building from his parents, and his parents were some of the first adventurers here. That'd be a good place. Oh man, they also have really good bread. They put some butter on top.
Where might we find this?
Oh, well, it shouldn't be too hard to miss. There's an entire set of inns down in the central part of town, right to the north of the fountain. You can't miss it.
The Inn District.
Yup, they say that competition brings out the best in prices.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your assistance. Does anyone else have anything they would like to inquire?
I don't believe so. If we think that we know where there's an entrance to this old, we're not going to mention that word anymore. But if we, thank you.
You're most welcome.
Anyways, if we think we know where the entrance to this place is, we want to try and get on this thing post haste. So it seems like that should be our plan. No?
I'm inclined to agree. What's of you, Newman?
I think that's a good idea. Nothing to be wasted by going quickly.
Right, fantastic. All right, then it's going to be the 3 of us getting this clue and being the first to the prize. And no one else.
No one else.
Can't have you being forced to share your fame with anybody else.
If they wanted more fame, they would be as pretty as me.
You can have
We're
my
all
share of the
doomed.
fame if we get any. I'm not too interested.
Fine, I'll take your share then. Come on, let's go!
All right. So your two groups will intersect for a brief minute. Will either of you guys say? Will anyone in either group say anything as you guys intersect?
Oh, look, it's that metal golem armor suit man.
Human.
Again, humans are squishy.
I believe this person's name was Lore, if I do remember correctly.
Yes, that's right. And the green man and the short one, whose names elude me at the moment.
Wasn't the green one the rude one?
Yes.
Quiet,
I liked
Richard.
him. I liked him.
I very much did not.
I feel as though we're being talked about.
You only think that because we are talking about you.
Yes, we're talking about how we don't like... what was your name again, sir?
Belzac? Me?
Yes, you.
Belzac.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah,
gentlemen,
Bel-
it is...
Belzac.
Well, sir, it's lovely to meet you for the first time.
Hold up. What are you guys getting ready to go do? Because there was the weird, like, big dude in the sky. You guys saw that, right? I'm not crazy?
Yes, we did.
So
and
what
now
are
we're
you
off to
doing?
go have a little nip at the local inn, seeing as how we're starting to see large men floating in the sky. Certainly, it seems like the appropriate time.
Yes, absolutely. We are just going to go and go do our own thing. It's just a thing.
A thing? That sounds a little suspicious.
Yes, getting drunk. It is quite suspicious.
Never...
I feel like they're not telling the truth.
Go ahead and you guys.
Don't ask me.
Kestrel and Argus, go ahead and roll me a deception, and Balzac and Talk, you guys can roll me insight and see if you guys can pick up what they're throwing down.
So I immediately go to the archives or where I want to go, basically
Okay.
the conduit.
Sounds good.
Can I just?
I'm on a mission.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, Kestrel, what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna ask. Can I just give Argus advantage?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. That's fantastic. That's still not very helpful.
Well, with mine, it's 11.
8.
Mine is a 12
Oh God!
and a +5. That was with advantage because I rolled a 2 and then a 7.
Wow, this is gonna be a fun night. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
the deception barely comes off unless Tatanka wants to try to do an insight.
8.
You're just
Oh.
so distracted by the fluttering tail feathers.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Well, apparently you don't see through their ruse, so.
I'll whisper to Kestrel behind his back. Wait, I thought we were going to investigate the clue. Was that not our plan?
Carry on. Let's not dally.
No, we're totally just going to go get drunk.
Yeah,
Come
because my
along,
mother used to
Foxman.
say, "Haste makes." Wait, no, that doesn't fit here. Never mind.
Well, I guess good luck with your getting drunk then.
Yes.
Good luck with your whatever it is you're doing.
Where did Robot Guy go?
Yeah, let's follow him. He's probably gonna get in trouble.
Can we still see Robot Guy?
Yeah, you know that you visibly.
I mean,
saw
I
him.
kind of saw that he took off. I just didn't know if we could see.
Yeah. All right, we will follow. We'll go ahead and give Lord Tatanka and Belzac a chance to do some things. All right, so you guys arrive to the archive, and man, this place is packed more than ever. You see people scurrying about. You see scholars carrying books around. You see others with huge pieces of parchment. You actually see a couple that just slam into each other and kind of do a cross body check, and you know the poor librarians are carting people off on stretchers essentially because people aren't paying attention. It's a bit of a mess in there.
Well, shall we?
Let's.
All right. So, how would you guys like to go ahead and start your search here in the archives?
Well, it's a bunch of books and parchment, right?
Yes, especially.
That's what I see when we walk into this. I'm not just walking into like.
Yeah, it's basically when you guys walk into this area. Essentially, there are a series of counters down on the first floor, along with several books cases on the second floor, and on the third floor, you just see various portals with people popping in and out of them, coming out of the sanctum as far as the stories that Lord told you about.
But Lord, do you happen to know where any of these are, or do we have to start digging?
I have an idea, or at least I am acquainted with this place. Sal,
Yeah.
I want to hold on. I want to invoke my power of my sage background, basically, to go find. I want to find any map that we can of what's underneath this place. So, like sewers or any of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I obviously want to try to be able to analyze it and cross-reference it with anything that I might already know. But for the most part, yeah, I just want to find a map and see if I can find like the perfect. I mean, Lore thinks he can dig to this place, which is incredible. But you haven't figured that out. If you haven't figured that out yet, so.
So you say you're looking for a map then? Is that what
I'm looking for a map. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me an investigation roll.
I'm assuming we're trying to help.
Yeah, you guys can give assist if you like, and give him advantage because with the way that things are working out right now, it is completely overwhelmingly packed in here. So normally he would get advantage, but wow. All right.
So not advantage. Just do I have advantage? Am I
Yeah.
rolling
Yes.
again?
Yeah.
We're helping you.
I'll take the 14.
Okay. Yeah, after spending about a good half an hour to 45 minutes, you happen to come across a tome that reflects some of the early records of building this place, and especially from what they called the second construction era, where they kind of expanded the port from just being a small little one or two dock to this grand port that you see before you. You do know that there's a couple of interesting points, that there are some entrances on the side that used to be where the waste would flush out of, and that if you find a building that hasn't had any major remodeling in the last 30 years, that you still should have access to the old sewer systems.
Well,
So
which
basically,
one?
what I'm gathering from reading this stuff is we're going to be wading through crap if we want to pursue this.
As a creature of your type, that seems like normal tradition, does it not?
Excuse me?
I have read stories of half orcs and orcs that have not really been known for their cleanliness. And even our other friend here, she said that she doesn't have public sewage either. I myself don't really care about getting dirty, to be fair. I also can't smell anything either.
Well, considering I wasn't raised like a normal half orc, yeah, I don't usually pride myself in being around excrement.
Yeah, and we might not have sewer systems, but we're still clean.
Also,
We'll get
So
over
this
it at this point.
might not be a dirty sewer either. You might be surprised.
Do you know how to find the entrance?
Sal, I'm just gonna looking at the maps or whatever that we have here, trying to find the nearest old building, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and roll me another investigation then.
I mean, I'm assuming we're trying to help, or are you trying to do this on your own?
I mean, you guys
Just
are
want to help. I have maps in front of me, so
Like, if I know what you're trying to do or where you're going for here, I don't know
Yeah.
how much you know and don't know. So I'm like, at this point in time, I'm just assisting you as best I can.
of course.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to give assistance and helping him out and to give him advantage on that.
Boom.
Nice. So yeah, after spending about half an hour to 45 minutes of cross-referencing different maps and different construction dates, you know that in what is now the merchants' quarter, where there's a lot of tents, there's or should be a gate there that kind of leads you into a large tunnel that will eventually feed into the old sewer system.
What do you
Well,
say, gents? Are we going on an adventure?
I still don't like the looks of this, but I'll take my chances for now.
Is there not a more direct way, Sal? Like if we are able to,
You'll
I don't know.
From what you can tell, not one that you can access easily because otherwise you would have to go through either old government buildings or worst case scenario you might have to go through the military. And from your recollection, they don't tolerate non-military personnel on their premise.
Well, that sounds like the most direct way that is the most convenient.
Well, I guess let's head there, wherever there is. Can you happen to drag us since we don't really know where this building is?
Yep, I'll go ahead and get you guys moved. One day I will not make maps that require me to zoom out to, 3/100ths of a space. Alright, so we'll leave you guys there because that is quite a trek. Alright, so we will square up in on our other half of the squad here, and we'll do view. Center on current view. Alright, back to the other trio. You guys arrive to the inn row, and you see a plethora of different inns. You see one called the Hearth that is on the far left there, followed by the Prancing Donkey, followed by another one that just says the King's Foot Rest, and then a couple of other ones that you really can't see because their signs are kind of weird and there's a lot of people kind of just moving it around. It's like they don't even bother to get the signs properly done. But aside from that, we'll go back to you guys.
Okay, so the gentlemen up there, they said that the hearth was the place where we needed to go, right?
I believe so.
Okay. So here's the plan. I'm going to go into the inn, and I'm going to casually and subtly see if I can get some information about whether or not there's any access to like the sewer system anywhere in there.
Just if I might offer an idea. The metal gentle person,
Human, just call him human.
the human that we met earlier, it seemed that his purpose was to know about this competition. I feel like it might benefit us to have him on our side.
I mean, he does seem to have information, which is a thing we, don't.
And even when we passed them, he didn't stop to dilly-dally. He seemed to know what he was doing, at least. That could be helpful.
In fairness, if he truly knew what he was doing, he would have found it 100 years ago, and it wouldn't have been sitting around all this time.
That is a very good point.
But still, it does sound like a person or a thing that we could probably exploit for our benefit. So
That's a fair point. So how do we extract him from the angry green man and the short one?
the angry green man's at least entertaining.
So we just need to get the robot man and the angry green man, and then we just abandon the short one.
She seems nice.
She seems nice. She can follow along.
I mean, I suppose she seems less offensive than the angry green man.
Yeah, quiet people tend to be nice, I suppose, or at least not actively mean.
That's fair. So, I don't know where they went. They were going off to some archive or something. But,
As the three of you ponder on where the three are, you get a swirling vision in your head that kind of points you in a general direction of where they went, along with a foggy vision of those three just talking amongst themselves. You don't understand what they're saying, but you kind of get a general idea of where they're at and a bit of the scenery. It kind of looks like they're in a market type area.
I kind of headcanon that in response to that, we all simultaneously look in the same direction, and then
I'm
we
sorry,
look at
did-
each other like, what the fuck?
I'm sorry, did everything just taste blue there for a minute?
I got more hints of purple.
I think somebody drugged my drink, but I haven't gotten it yet.
Well, it must be one of those special time drugs that, take place in the past even though you take them in the future.
It's trippy, but thoroughly unpleasant.
It reminds me of this time back in we don't need that story.
I'd like to hear it at some point, but maybe not necessarily right now.
Believe me, you really don't.
It's a thing that happened a long time ago, or potentially has not happened yet, depending on the point of view.
Hmm.
And so begins everybody's existential crisis.
Anyway, enough about crises. So should we go in, or should we see what that hallucination was about first?
So we did all have the same hallucination
Did I say hallucination? I meant nothing.
to see what that nothing was then.
So what you say? What's the plan?
We can go see them and then share our information with them. Combine our thoughts with their thoughts, maybe come to a conclusion.
I'm a bit perturbed at the nature of this magic, however. It's disconcerting that there's something affecting my brain.
It's an odd situation that something like that would happen just out of the blue.
If
I-
before we go and investigate that trio, I mean, there's no telling if it was them who did something to us. Perhaps they suspected and saw through our brilliant lie and were trying to spy on us, and it backfired.
Inconceivable.
Perhaps I could try to detect something. If I have a few moments, I could prepare a ritual to do so.
That's not a bad idea. I will say, based on my brief encounter with them, none of them seem to be the type to resort to subterfuge.
It's always those types who you should be the most suspicious of.
That, and frankly, us.
That is a very good point.
It's
Okay.
the suspicious ones who are suspicious. So I am going to take 10 minutes to ritually cast detect magic.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
And I'm going to look about and sort of see if there's any sort of magical aura on the three of us.
I'm just gonna start flying around in a circle
Okay,
because I am bored of this for 10 minutes.
fair enough. See, I figured give you token control would do something. Also try this as well. I'm kind of curious. If you guys hit spacebar and you hover over your character, I'm kind of curious if it actually shows up a chat blip or not. Oh, it does. Sweet. So yeah, if you guys talk and you guys hit the spacebar, you guys can actually see who's talking in the conversation.
Is there a way to center just my screen on like a specific token? Let's say if I'm scrolled out doing something, looking at something else, and I want to snap back to my character because I forgot where it was.
I. It says center. That might be something we'll have to look into and mess with that because I don't know off the top of my head. It says center players on current view map, players on a current view continuous, and lock movement. So it'll be something that we can look into later.
Okay. No worries. Shouldn't be a big problem.
Okay, so as you, is there a spell check that you have to make for your detect magic spell?
Unless you feel that I need to like try to make like an Arcana check or something. It's just I cast it and then I see auras that tell me schools and magic.
Okay, so the odd part is that you do see that they're not so much an aura, but there is a weird bit of string that you see that attaches from you to the two companions next to you, but you also see that the white string goes off in the direction that your vision swirled to earlier. It doesn't envelop you, but it kind of just tethers you to them. There's no real feel of magic, so to speak. It just kind of feels weird, like you're kind of woven together in the same pattern of like a tapestry or something like that. So it's not so much magic, but just kind of like you're kind of threaded together.
Well, this is indeed disconcerting. We're sort of tied up together to each other, and another bit of this thread tying us is going off into the distance where we thought we saw the other three.
A very concerned look comes on my face. That's... It's very puzzling. It seems like there's obviously a very active magical force, or divine or otherwise, on this area that seems to have some very specific intent.
Well, if you look around the city, there's all sorts of people who are looking for clues or looking for information about this thing. It just seems like this whole city has come alive ever since that whole thing happened. So there's probably dozens, if not hundreds, of people doing the same thing we are. But it's just connecting us to those three.
Do I happen to see strings tying other people to other people?
Not in the immediate vicinity, but within certain groups in the far distance, you kind of see small little white tethers as well. But none of them are connected to you or the other folks. You just kind of see like small groups kind of tethered together. Some of them in pure white, some of them pure blue. You know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like something's color coordinating them a little bit. But as far as you can tell, there's no rhyme or reason as to like you see like a group of elderly people tethered to what would be younger folks that would be easily a third of their age. So you kind of see that some people are tied together, but there's none that matches your color, nor are there a lot of matching ones in general. It seems like everyone has like a different shade altogether if they are in the same kind of color wheel.
I've never seen magic like this. There are people all over the place, but they're color coordinated. We're bound by this white string that leads to those other three, and there's a group over there who are bound by a blue, and another with a green. There's folks all over the place.
Is it wrong that I am offended by the fact that ours is just white?
It's too bland for your taste. Would you rather it be sparkly rainbows?
I mean, is that an option?
Apparently not. Oh wait,
No.
that group over there definitely sparkly rainbows. Oh, they're bright and shiny. I want to go join that group. It's much prettier.
Insight check.
Go ahead and cast a roll or deception roll.
9.
22, bitch.
Kestrel is very obviously lying just to piss you off.
Well, then your roll was successful. Okay, so moving forward, do we want to go and find where the rest of these people that we're apparently connected to go, or do we want to just go in and subtly try and find information about the people here. Or the sewer thing.
I vote we go and find them.
Did you say something, Newman? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I vote we go and find them.
Very well. Am I able to tell what direction they're coming from?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, the vision in your head, it gave you a pretty general direction of where they were going, and from what you can tell, it was some sort of market area with huge tents. I'll go ahead and move you guys over there.
Okay.
Oops, nope, I don't want to do that.
On the way, do we happen to pass by like the fountain with all the picture boxes?
Not in front of that one, but there are a few like right next to the small grove that Lumen was at last session.
As we pass one by, I want to stop in front of one for a moment.
Okay.
And I cast Disguise Self for a moment, and I make myself look like Owl from my backstory.
Hey Alex, thanks for showing. I'm sorry, say that one more time. What are you trying to disguise yourself as?
I'm trying to disguise myself to look like Bran from my backstory.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
And I just want to get a picture of myself looking like him.
Yeah.
And then I just pop the spell after it takes the picture.
Oh yeah, you were actually kind of shocked on how close your resemblance looked. It was pretty much just a pretty much spot on look of like, wow, if I didn't know any better, this is him.
Just I grab the picture and kind of stare at it for a second, look angry, and then just tuck it in my pack.
Okay.
Sorry, just something that might come in handy later.
no need for apologies. I've already forgotten about it.
Of course you have. Speaking of, Lumen, you've never seen a man who looked like that before, have you?
What did the person look like? But also no.
He's an Eladrin. He's about the same age as Kestrel. No, I don't think I wrote out a description for him. We'll run with red hair, red eyes, and kind of like tan skin.
No, I haven't seen them. Are you expecting them to be here?
Honest, I don't know. It's just it seemed like a good idea to get an image of him, and you never know who might have seen a man like that. He sort of sticks out in the crowd a bit.
That doesn't work.
Very true. It does. I'll keep my eye out.
I appreciate that. Okay, moving on. We can.
Okay. So the group basically makes it out to the point where eventually you all meet up in this particular spot, and you know the Arakoa, or however you pronounce it. Is it Arakoa or is it
Aarakocra.
Aarakocra? Okay. The Aarakocra is like, ah, my customers! They all flock to me now. What can I bring you? Would you like a new dicer, a new slicer, or perhaps a new set of containers?
I like this guy.
Wait, why are we back here again? Or, well, I'm back here again.
Yeah, he points out to Belzak, and he's like, ah, it's you! I knew you'd be back for the slicer. Everyone comes back for it.
No, that's what I got a battle axe for, bud. Just, no.
I'm sorry, what's going on here? We're trying to find something. Is this what we're looking for?
I mean, I don't know. You're the one that kind of knows where things are, so you kind of took us this way, and I mean, we had an idea that it was in this vicinity, but I guess maybe I should be asking, like,
I guess can you ask the GM what's going on?
yeah,
Is this-
like,
Did we get
we
to where
don't
we
know
want?
where this is at. We read it, but we don't know where anything's at on this map. So can you, like, help us out a little here?
Oh yeah, I mean, as far as lore knows, the coordinates and from all the maps lead them to back to this area, and somewhere in within this vicinity there should be an entrance to the old sewer systems.
So then, at this point in time, instead of talking to him, I kind of want to look around and see if I can find anything that looks entrance-y.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me an investigation roll.
Ooh, that's pretty. That would be a 21.
Nice. So yeah, now that you know what you're looking for this time around, basically you know for a fact that there should be some sort of stone grate. And as you peer around the tent on the back right side of it, you can tell that there's a small little square that could definitely be what you're looking for.
So we're talking like over here-ish.
Yep.
So obviously I'm not over there, but so I kind of see it peering off that way. Um, I'm going to go check it out then, I guess. I'm just going to kind of walk off while these guys talk to this guy.
Okay. Anyone going to follow him, or are you guys gonna do something different?
I'm just gonna kind of watch him from afar and keep an eye on him for now.
Laura doesn't want to talk to anybody. Laura wants to find the thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an investigation as well, since it didn't sound like he clued in everyone.
Are we close enough to be kind of observing them?
Oh
at this
yeah,
point?
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. If you guys want to do something with that, feel free to interact with them at this point.
14, Sal.
Um, you know that it's got to be here. Like you definitely know that. Um, if it's not in the open, it's got to be somewhere hidden underneath one of the tents. You're just not entirely sure which one.
I mean, I just start walking amongst the tents and looking down low with me and my dog, a metal dog.
I'm gonna follow him and just see what he knows.
Okay. The other three that show up, they now have they're just now watching the group just kind of follow in between the tents.
Well, hello again, folks. It's lovely to see you here again. It feels like it's been at least 45 minutes or an hour since we've seen you last.
Has it been lovely?
Yeah, it's been 45 minutes to an hour. It took you that long to peer through the archives.
So at this point, am I far enough away that they don't actually see me?
Well, the thing is that none of you were trying to do it stealthily, so.
That's why I asked.
Well, the other two.
I wasn't trying to be stealthy. I was asking if they saw me.
Oh yeah, they definitely saw you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going about my business because as of right now, I'm still just trying to find a way into this. So I'm going to keep kind of messing with the grate and see if I can figure out how to maybe get to it. Is it underneath the tent like when I saw it?
Yeah, it's in fact there's a large crate that's standing on top of the grate itself. It looks kind of like the ones that you would see in large shipping boxes. Probably I would say about maybe a 5 foot wide, 5 foot, 5 by 5, like just a big 5 square box that kind of sits over it with another one on the slide. It's just really just it's like they're trying not to cover it up, but it was a flat enough surface that they just threw it on top of it. Like the actual small grates to the stone grate itself, you can only see like a small corner of it.
Well, since I found it, just out of curiosity, do I smell anything? Does it seem odorous or pungent?
No, actually, that's the odd part about it. It just, it just seems like just storm water just goes down there. Like nothing's actually being flushed or anything to that part.
All right. Well, after seeing this, I'm going to come back over unless somebody else wants to do anything else. Like I don't want to just like take this over. Anybody?
Just comically looking around under tents. That is what I am doing right now.
Hey, Lore, our friend just went back the other direction. Maybe he found something.
Well, if he did find something, he would tell us, surely.
I don't trust him that much.
I think you found a giant box.
Hey, Nasir.
Ah, yes. Are you ready to purchase the Grand Slicer? Maybe the Dicer?
No, I think I got everything unique I wanted off you, but I actually had a favor to ask. Is there
Ah,
any way that I don't want anything else? I mean, I've already purchased from you today, and I'm kind of spent for the day. But I'm kind of wanting to check out. There's this grate back here, and I think it may have some relation to what I'm trying to accomplish. But I need to get in the grate. Is there any way we can move the stuff off of this grate, your stuff,
I'm
so that I
totally
can get
rummaging
on?
through his stuff while he's not there.
roll me. Are you trying to steal something, or are you just looking
No,
through?
I'm not trying to steal, but I'm definitely trying to make him realize that I could be stealing.
Oh, um, you know, he's like, oh yeah, yeah. He's like, yeah, just don't break it. And he's like, hey you. He's like, ah, customer, and just rushes over back to Argus. It's like, ah, you
There's
want the
nothing very
slicer?
interesting about a slicer or a dicer.
It makes cooking 10 times easier. You know those onions, the things that make people cry when they cut them? He brings out an onion, puts it between a slicer. Shh! Look! Already sliced into perfect cuts, and no crying required.
Wow, I don't care about that at all.
He just like, you could just see like he's slightly defeated about that fact. It's like, that's the number one seller today. And he kind of just mopes a little.
Well, good for you then.
I'm going to wave over Lore and Tatonka because I'm going to want some help with this.
Okay.
So, guys, I think I found it. I think it's right here, and he just said that it's alright if we move this. So, could I get some help moving this crate out of the way so that we don't break anything?
Sure, I'm tough.
I can assist. I'm not particularly strong.
All right. And
Stronger.
Argus, Kestrel, and Lumen, you kind of see the other group kind of go towards the back corner of the tent and see them moving a box back there.
I'm for now just observing. To be honest, I kind of want to just plop down my bag in the middle of the street and start putting on my armor, but I also have to check how long it takes to don the specific armor that I have, so it's not an eternity.
Okay.
Also, I have an inquiry. While we were searching through the library and stuff, is there any objection if I had my armor put on at that point in time? Because I was wanting to get it put on at some point. I'm not trying to be stealthy or anything, so.
Me too.
No, you guys are fine. I mean, if there's large pieces of time like that where you guys are just kind of carrying on and stuff, that's fine. It's one thing to put on armor. We're in the middle of trying to look for books and stuff, and there's another thing where you guys are sleeping and you're trying to don armor when you sleep. But I see those.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I just wanted to make sure that we understood that it was on and that I was trying to get it put on before we go dungeon crawling or anything. So,
Sure.
anyway,
It's only 10 minutes, so I'll just take up half the street and with armor strewed all across the place for 10 minutes while I do that.
Okay.
Require assistance.
I've only ever done it myself. I'm not sure. I mean, I'd be happy to have you help. I'm not exactly sure how you would. I'm used to it at this point.
Just step in the back looks like it's rather tricky.
Ah, yes, that's a good point. That's very helpful.
I go help him with his armor.
Thank you very much.
Okay, because you helped him out,
Maybe,
it cuts the time in half.
Do you need any, privacy or anything?
No, I'm basically done at this point. And you see on the breastplate itself, there's two kind of, can't necessarily think of the word, but two sparkly eyes that are very stylized. That's what I'm looking for. That are almost cartoony, but still very serious, I suppose is the best way to put it. And that's about it. The armor's not too fancy, but there's some attention to detail put into it, like it was meant to look good.
you just can't help yourself, can you? You got to look good always.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, so I'll go and join the the group. You also notice that it doesn't really fit me well. Um, like the head hole is really large, the arms as well, and some of the shapes don't. Some of the shapes themselves don't look like they were meant for a body like mine. Um, that's it. I'll go and join everybody else. Thank you very much for your help, Kestrel.
Of course, it's tricky getting into armor, and it's worse when you have no capable assistance. And she sort of looks over at Argus.
Well, I'll laugh a little if you need any help.
I didn't hear what you just said, but you're welcome.
So how are we doing with moving the boxes?
Yeah, it
Or
takes you a few
crate?
minutes. That Nasir kind of overlooks it and tells you just to be careful with setting it down. There's some valuables in there, but it takes about 5 minutes to kind of set them where he wants you to and make sure that the contents weren't broken. And then you obviously see a large grate with, oddly, it kind of leads down into a stairwell more than anything, and you're kind of like, well, that's weird.
All right. Well, at this point in time, I still haven't really assessed the other three as like part of the group. I don't know what exactly they're doing, so I kind of motion at us and put the grade up and go down.
Okay. Go ahead and make me. Go ahead and make me a perception check, all three of you, and see if you notice them disappearing.
I'm assuming this is the other three, not
Yeah,
us.
Argus, Kestrel, and Lumen.
I noticed very little.
27.
Not a 27, but a 19.
Yeah, two of you are like, hey, they're going down. You could definitely tell that they just kind of started going down somewhere out of nowhere. So
Can I shout out to them and say, hello? Do you mind if we... Well, not do you mind. I suppose we'll be coming along if you want to wait.
Well, we noticed them going down. Well, we were looking for a place to go down anyway, so let's go on.
And you were complaining about dirt earlier. I would think a inn's cellar would be cleaner than an outdoor grate.
I don't care about dirt. It's the, sewage.
And you think no one empties their waste buckets in a outdoor grate?
Look, we're looking for a way to get underneath the... Let's just go.
So at this point in time, can I assume that we've already went down? And I look at them trying to come, and I just want to like shut the grate and proceed.
You I was shouting out to. I suppose I didn't necessarily make that clear.
Yeah, you were shouting at us.
No, you were shouting at us, but
yeah, they were.
okay. Basically,
But he's
my
rude.
perception at this point in time is you told me you were going to get drunk, and now all of a sudden you're following us. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but I don't really like people following me. So I close the grate and kind of proceed on. That's
Okay.
why.
That's fair. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't misunderstood.
Okay,
That's a
yeah.
fine response.
Like I acknowledge that you're there, and I actually shut it in your face. Like you guys see me do it, and I'm looking at you as I shut it.
Okay, well, I'm going to sit down in front of the grate, and I'm going to peer down at him, and I see him holding the grate down.
Yeah, he's basically holding it
I'm
down.
not forcing the grate, like leaving it there. I've just shut it and then walked off.
Oh no, however will I lift this grate?
It's
Okay.
more to make, but what I'm going for in this is making my presence known that I see that you're following me and I don't appreciate it.
That's fine. That's fair.
Okay.
I really don't like this green man.
Okay, well, I'm going to open the grate back up, and I'm going to hop down there.
All right.
I now have a new mission.
I'm gonna stop Lore and Belzac and just ask them if they think that they would be an asset to our group to let these other three come with us.
So, okay, are we having this question within earshot of them, or have we proceeded far enough forward so that they don't hear this?
You have basically enough time to respond with one or two sentences.
So, my problem with this is I don't trust those guys. I mean, I don't have proof of anything, but their actions just have been really sketchy, and I currently do not trust them. And right now, you guys haven't really given me anything to like be like, oh no, I don't trust you. So currently, I'm trying to proceed forward. As of whether or not they're going to be an asset or not to us, I don't know. But currently, I don't trust them.
I don't trust them either, but sometimes it's easier to keep them within range and know what they're doing than to let them just follow us like creeps.
I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying the creep aspect right now.
All right. Well, if I'm within 120 feet of him, I'm going to pull my lute out and start strumming a quiet little tune, and I'm going to use it as a focus to cast dancing lights and just have them like 4 little purple lights just swirling around Belzak's face.
All right.
Just subtly, but unso subtly, just like, hey, just I'm here and I am right there, and look at the lights around you.
So are we okay? So this is what you guys want. You guys want these guys with us? Is that how I'm interpreting this?
Lore thinks that it's okay. The more people, this is going to be a very tough quest. Nothing has happened with it for 100 years, to be fair. So
And the bird one's a little bit much, but I really think the snarky one is charming.
Thank you. Wait, what?
I have no opinion about their disposition. All I care about is if we can continue on today. I believe
Well, given the situation, I know I can't do this by myself. I don't trust those guys, but if that's what you want, I guess I have to go along.
That's not fair. The only reason you don't trust me is because I keep lying to you.
In fairness, at the
Yeah.
time it made perfect sense. We didn't know you. We didn't have any reason to tell you that we had found an entryway into the underground.
And now you're following me.
Well, here's the thing. When we were talking about the lot of you in the other place with the entrance we had discovered, we sort of got
That
a
you
vision.
failed to mention after I asked what you were doing.
Again, why would we trust you? You obviously
Why would
don't.
I trust you?
I'm trying to explain. If you'll give me a moment, we saw a vision of the three of you and had this sort of pull in the direction you were in. It was not the magic that I'm familiar with, and when I used a spell to sort of try to figure out whatever it is that was affecting all three of us, it showed me a sort of thread that was binding the three of us and led to the three of you as well. There are others up above who are affected by the same sort of magic. It's not something I'm familiar with. And unless one of you is secretly an extraordinarily powerful being, I rather suspect the three of you are not responsible either.
Well, as I'm kind of like proudly looking at myself, well, I do actually happen to consider myself to be something competent. But besides the point, I don't know what the hell you're talking about with threads.
If you're
So
saying
at this point in time, I still don't know why I should trust you after you've repeatedly lied to me.
Well, here's the thing. You know that we're dishonest and that we're liars, so you can always trust us to be dishonest. And I slap him on the shoulder and say, come, let's go.
I'm
And
actually
I just
a very
lead the
bad
way.
liar.
Can you, like, what is this going on around me? I can't see anything right now. I'm just like in some really bad drunken party.
It's fine. Come on. And I just have them like following me in like a dancing pattern.
since you're feeling the need to brag, do you have the ability to gaze upon magics?
I said I was powerful. I didn't say I was magical.
They're sort of the same thing, aren't they?
Matter of perspective.
You're not going to tell me that you're powerful because you can wave a sword about. Anyone can wave a sword about. Even I can.
Come on,
Even all the
Kestrel.
time.
All right. So just one thing.
Whatever.
So just for clarity purposes here, did any of you guys mention the swirling in your head to him, or was it just the threads?
I mentioned that we've got a vision and that it led us in their direction as well.
Okay. Belzec, you actually had the same phenomenon happen in the last session, so you kind of get the you kind of get the gist of what she's talking about, at least with the visions part, but nothing about the thread.
Wait, what do you mean about the visions?
The
The only
swir-
vision I remember having is the bit about the actual like guy showing up and all that.
no, no,
Not
no.
about visions of him.
No. So you had a vision about Lore and Tatanka when you were talking to Nasir, because you were trying to discern. You were pondering. It basically was that you were pondering where they might have been, and then you had a small vision of where they were, and you went to that general direction to talk about the spikes.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember. Sorry.
No, you're good. That's why I was like, no, let me get the point across. So yeah, you at least have that information that you both now share the visions between each other.
I'm still very suspicious though, but
Oh no, it's fine.
anyway, we're now in this grate. And I guess at this point in time, I'm kind of bringing up the rear because they all marched off. So
Okay. All right, let me go ahead and make the other map visible now.
Ew.
Let me go back to this one.
Oh,
I think I copied
March
all.
off.
Yeah, let me see if I can copy all your guys' tokens. Copy. Select map, the black map of doom. And let me delete.
Tenger's group. I'm just gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
what was that? You were kind of quiet to me,
Just
more
saying,
so
as
than
we
more.
you guys, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Oh,
All right, we'll just have to make sure you guys know about that staircase then. Cool. And everyone's over. Okay. Alright, so now I can make this map visible to all players. Player visible. Okay, so, and then I want to have you guys... and force players to current map and to current view. Alright, so do you guys all see the gray backwash with your characters?
loading.
Okay.
Loading.
Loading.
Yeah, when you push it, you have to give us a little bit. It takes a sec to load in.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Cool. Alright, let me go ahead and stop that music. So I stop in the name of the law. Okay. And slash play. And cue the cavern. As you make your way down, takes you about 10 to 15 minutes, you guys end up coming into a dimly lit area that is really well paved. You kind of are taken aback by the fact that this isn't a sewer. In fact, it's not very sewery at all. I mean, it's a little damp and dank, but that's from just the years of moisture getting in there, but it's actually not too bad otherwise structurally sound.
Thank goodness.
Hey, Lore, do you recognize this place by chance?
Laura, go ahead and roll me a history check. Yeah, you remember that at one point that there was a small temple built on this island that got completely built on top of because no one really saw use. There was really nothing here from what people remember. It was really barren and no one really saw. So they took the chance to go ahead and go back and just kind of repave over this area and bury it so that way they can make a better foundation for the city on top.
Does this temple have a name, or is it forgotten in the realms of time and stuff?
It's only known as the Temple of the Four.
Ah, the Temple of the Four. Does this have any relation to anything that my? I'm sure my. I don't know. Don't worry about it. I was gonna say, does it have anything relation to my background, but we don't have a background yet, so
Oh,
it's all good.
all right. And then, out of curiosity, I'm going to go ahead and.
Well, this is quite a find. We must be on the right track. Maybe that's
Well,
what
there's
30
not a
meant.
sewer down here, so I'd say it's a win.
I really hope we find poop. We can leave you behind.
Can't you just magically clean yourself? Aren't you a magician of some kind?
Sort of. I do have a way to get that done, yes.
Okay, so walk into this room. What exactly do we see?
So, go ahead and roll. All of you go ahead and roll me a perception check real quick.
Oh, hell yeah.
20.
26.
15.
Perception would be 14.
All right.
22.
Oh, I feel really bad for this then. If you got a 5 or over, you can see that in the pocket that Belzac has the card in that he had, it's glowing pretty brightly.
So I'll pull the card out and kind of look at it and be like, "The fuck?"
You hear a small voice in your head saying, "Would you like to save your progress?"
Sorry, what card is this, if you could remind me? Or if I even know about this?
I
Oh,
thought
you
it was a
wouldn't know.
notebook that we got.
You don't know about this. So do I only hear this, or does everyone?
No,
hear this?
only you.
The can I talk in my head, or do I have to talk aloud?
You can talk into your head.
All right. Sure. Let's go with yes.
The card shines pretty brightly, and all of a sudden, you just see a weird little scribble that you can't really make out the words out of it, but it shows small little portraits with all 6 of you next to the scribble, and with today's date and time.
So is this basically like literally a save file from like a memory card? Like when you load it up, it looked like that.
Yeah, basically from back in the day. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna wave my
Alright.
hand in front of his face.
Yeah. So sorry. When I had this card, I'm really eerie about telling you this, but you are on it. So for now. Anyway, when I held this card, I heard a voice in my head asking me if I wanted to save our progress, whatever that means exactly. So I said yes, just to see, because I figure worst thing that happens is I die. Anyway, after that, I saw a picture of all of us, and apparently like a date and time next to it. I'm assuming whatever happens here, this is like I don't know, some magical thing. That's all I've got out of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
I don't understand.
I-
Who are we saving?
Have
I
I,
don't know.
heard of anything like
I'm
this
gonna-
before, Sal?
Go ahead.
Okay.
And roll me a history check, Lore.
Oh, okay.
I was about to ask the same. Where did you get this?
While he's doing this stuff, I'll explain to him just so they know. So the shifty merchant upstairs, I was just looking for like weird wares, and he had this weird card. And I don't know, I once in a while will pick up just weird knickknacks that I find interesting. And I thought it was weird that there was like a tarot card that didn't have the rest of the deck with it. So for a fairly cheap price, he let me have it. So I grabbed it. And now it's talking to me, so
About this today?
that was today.
I strongly urge you to be wary of any sort of magical object that speaks to you. They tend to not be friendly.
Are you going on about that again?
Did you not hear what I said? Like, at this point in time, if I die, I die. It happens.
Yes,
15
the rest
south.
of us don't necessarily want to die on this.
But how is that my problem? If I turn into a demon and you all have to kill me, then
That might
I
be
don't know.
fun.
Can we make that happen? I'm okay with that.
I'm
I
not
like you.
necessarily opposed to this sort of thing. Just warning you that things that talk in your head tend to be cursed more often than not.
Noted.
Lore, you recall that during the Master's travels, he was trying to find an object in which to record his memories. It was noted that it's a prophecy that someone was able to divine back 50 years ago, that one of the ways that you could only complete your quest was by storing your memories, and this kind of meets that criteria a little bit.
Wow. So you managed to come across an item that was part of the quest that no one had seemed to find? That
Well,
is
lucky me.
that is very fortuitous of you. Perhaps we should take this Nasir person more seriously the next time we encounter him, instead of disregarding him as a swill merchant.
Did you see the swill he was trying to sell?
I don't think about buying things. I have no money.
Well then,
Can I have his share then at the end?
can you what?
Just because I'm broke doesn't mean I don't want money. In fact, I have discovered in time that that is a reason to want money, is because you have none. We appear to be in a very interesting temple. We shall go forward. Who will lead the way?
Well, I happen to pride myself of being fairly hardy. However, if we're trying to be kind of quiet, that's definitely not my game. So, I guess first things first, lore. I'm going to put the card back in my belongings for the time being.
Good idea.
Which way? Do you know anything about where we're at and as to which direction we should go?
At this point, all I know is the Temple of Four. There is much that is... What is known has been lost over time. I think we are on our own from here. If this is part of Nerdy's intent, I would assume that we are now in the position to meander and discover things.
So,
Well-
quick question. When we look in this room, like, what do we see? I mean, obviously I see what's on the map, but I mean, like, ambience, what's going on here? Can I see which direction's which, what goes where? Anything special?
You can definitely tell that this room is really well lit. There's torches on the wall that seem like, as far as you can tell, they've been burning for a while, but there's no actual, deterioration in their status. You could tell that it's a really clean area in the sense that the walls in this room are completely laid bare. It's just really rough granite stone on the floor that matches the wall. So there's nothing special about this area specifically, but go ahead and all of you make me a perception check.
24.
I love
Sorry,
all the
22.
checks.
Yeet.
Alright,
Mine
I
would
need
be
to get new
15.
dice.
22.
6.
12.
So anyone with a 15, you hear voices getting closer from the north of your position, from the doorway. Essentially, you hear, another dead end. This
So-
is getting tiring.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
So, are these doors or anything? Like, or is these just open hallways?
Open
that
hallways.
and are the hallways lit too, or is it just like each individual room?
You can see probably a good 120 feet easily down before it dims out to where it gets tougher to see unless you have some sort of low lighting sight ability. But as you guys hear that, you hear a cadre of goblins come out, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing here? This place is ours to pillage."
Well, what we're doing here is not going to the north, because apparently there's another dead end that way, so... Thanks for that.
That certainly saved us a bit of time looking.
I agree.
So
But
you fellas can keep the north, and we'll just go over here. And Kestrel just kind of start heading west.
Are we going to have these people join us too?
No, Lore, no.
Lore, come on. Not everybody needs to join our party. But
But that's how we
All
win.
are not tethered to us,
do
so,
I
yeah.
sense hostile intent from these guys?
Oh yeah, you notice something about all four of them. They're all wearing the same standard battle dress uniform, and they have a weird sequences of numbers. They all have 7 numbers that are randomized on their what would be on the left breast pocket of their gear.
Would
And,
I recognize that by chance? Or in, I guess.
Actually, the only one who could probably roll that, because he's the only one that's been on here, Laura, you can go ahead and make a history check and see if you can discern what group these guys are from.
Sorry, I got a little distracted by something. Can you describe what those are like again? The breast pocket thing?
It's basically like a military emblem, but it's a set sequence of 7 numbers.
Okay.
Like, you know, where they have, like, when in the military, they have the little, like, badges showing different achievements. It's like that, but with numbers.
Okay. With the 7, all you recall, Laura, is that they're employees of IEI, and that they're here for the express purpose of trying to find clues and obtain as much materials for their advantage as possible. These guys typically are not would not shell away from killing people if need be for their employer.
So the person who made me probably doesn't care for these people.
Oh no, definitely not. They were direct competitors to him.
Okay, well, at this point in time, you know, sorry, this is all kind of happening really quick. As she walks off, I'm going to actually charge at them because I feel like they're, like, hostile. They mentioned pillaging and everything. I'm just going to charge straight at them and try and get them taken care of, because I feel like it's going to be a problem if I try to avoid it.
All right.
Good.
Of course, not only is he angry, he's also quite violent.
You
All
have
right.
no idea.
All right.
Can I, like, see the intent of violence before he acts?
Oh yeah, like these guys were about ready to come up and start attacking you guys if he had not started. So you definitely know that was going to be the case.
I'm assuming he was actually asking about me, not them.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned them because I should have asked about them, but I was just thinking Belzak.
oh.
Yeah, when they walked in, they were being hostile. They said, "This is ours to pillage," and so that's why I asked if they had, like, ill intent, if they were, like, gonna be aggressive or could be aggressive.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, you could go ahead and I guess that for the most part, you could tell that Balsec was a little bit apprehensive about seeing them, and after they showed hostility to him, to you guys, he was showing it back.
Sounds good to me.
So at this point in time, like, I'm going in head first to attack. Is there anything that's going on at this point?
Yeah, they were. If anyone else didn't have like a quick reaction, like a question or anything like that, we'll go ahead and just roll initiative at this point.
I assume I don't have time for a spell in between him charging and combat starting?
No, that was like pretty much.
That's fair.
Yeah, it was basically he kind of caught you off guard too. You're just like, oh, well.
I guess this is what we're doing now.
All right, so that's Lore with a 17 for initiative.
And I have my half step away from the group heading west.
9 for me.
9 for Tatanka. Okay.
20 on my side.
20.
13 for me.
I'm having some pretty spicy rolls tonight.
I
Alright.
keep rolling terribly. I can't get above a 10.
What's Kestrel's?
We're gonna
11.
switch to-
11 and Argus.
Argus, I have a +4 initiative modifier, so that is a 5.
That makes me feel
Hell
lonely.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, the natural 1, huh?
I also had a 4 initiative, and yeah.
You guys are Dexy, goddamn.
It's fine.
They
Support
are,
going
I'm
once
not.
is okay.
Yeah, give me one sec here. I've got to tweak this just a little bit. One thing I did not get a chance to do was really mess with, wow, does he just not have... Okay. Yeah,
Oddly relevant question, but how high are the ceilings?
I would say probably a good 20 feet up.
Excellent.
I think I know where.
Also, question:
Poor
since I
decision.
kind of saw this going on, can I actually be positioned closer to them?
Well, you did like take off running at them.
Yeah, I don't know like how he wants. I haven't dealt with combat with him, so I don't know how he feels about like pre-setup and all that.
I will, since you had the jump on them and whatnot, I'll let you go ahead and take up to half your movement speed in the direction that you want, since you initiated it.
Let's see, wait, 5, 10. So okay, it'll be like right there.
Okay. All right. First combat. Here we go, and we're gonna start off with good old Lumen.
Oh yeah. If this guy. So I'm seeing this on the map. I'm not sure if I could identify this like in the room, but does this hobgoblin in the back? Does this one in the back look more capable than the three in the front?
With a quick check, you can tell that his number's actually a little bit lower than the rest, but you're not sure what that exactly means. Oh, still defender token. Yeah, give me one sec here.
Okay. Is there like a ruler tool? Is that literally what this is? Yes, it is.
Ruler tool.
Okay. I would like to step forward a little bit and cast Bane on these. I can move those. On these three.
What kind of token do you want for the still defender lore?
Just whatever token is convenient for you right now. I just need it's an animal companion thing. So
Okay.
he moves at the end of my turn.
Okay, I'll give you that one then. It's just a blink dog then.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, ownership, give to lore, which I don't think really matters, but okay.
For the record, guys, by the way, for identification purposes, like if you have something that's like within 5 feet or something like that, you can easily just like, if you watch, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Say I wanted to highlight these three, you can just kind of do a drag box to highlight who you want to highlight. So if you like are trying to hit like certain people, you can indicate better that way.
Yeah, they should also, if you hover over the token names, they'll actually say Goblin 1, 2, and then just Goblin and Hobgoblin, so that helps
You
out.
can also do the shift click to tag multiple ones if you want.
Yeah, that helps.
The spacebar is going to be, I think, my move. Because I couldn't see which ones you had selected.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Goblins 1, 2, and Hobgoblin. I'd like to cast Bane on.
Okay, explain what Bane is.
Bane is a DC 15 Charisma save, and on a failure, every time they make an attack roll, saving throw, and ability check as well, I believe, they have to subtract a 1d4 from the roll. It's just attack roll or saving throw, not ability checks.
Oh, so
It's
damage.
reverse bless.
Okay.
Yeah, it's reverse bless.
Alright, so Goblin 1. That was a fail and a half. Goblin 2. He saves. And Hobgoblin gets his stats. Let's see here. I gotta buy that book. It's probably gonna have the same. Oh, actually, wow, he gets a +1 on his charisma? What? Wow, okay, so I guess,
Oof.
yeah, just the one in the middle gets a -4. Damn, these goblins. Okay.
Right. That is life. And also,
Thanks for the follow there, Mike. I hope
that's
you have a good
gonna
night
be
work.
my turn for now. I'll step out this direction here. That's my turn.
Is there a way to mark which one is Bane on here somehow?
Yeah, give me one sec here. I think there's a token I can
Oh,
put
wait,
on.
1 second, real quick.
Hexes? No, it's just hex. Others. Yeah, let's do other. Okay, there you go. Do you guys all see that triangle on that one now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet! Tokens work! Okay, so it's back to All right, so that is Gabo number 1, right? All right, what's his movement? He's got 30 feet. Well, obviously he's not gonna back down from a challenge, so he's gonna come straight up and get a piece of Belzak who decided to charge him. He's all right. Roll 1d20 plus 3. Swing and a miss. All right.
Hold on, let me check something really quick. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. No, he clearly misses it. That's a 7.
No, I just. Sorry, I have something in my head I was wanting to do, depending. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So that was that goblin's turn. Lore.
Right. All right. So I will move there, and then I'm going to toss a spear at. I'll toss a spear at Goblin number 2 here. That guy right there.
Okay. So, okay.
Boom, miss. Most likely.
Yep.
And then my dog will move. Yeah, we'll move in there. Still defender. And then I'll use my bonus action to attack that goblin.
Okay.
With the steel defender. Let me see what I have to roll.
That's the only thing that's the pits about having like familiars and pets and stuff like that. You gotta have like a separate sheet for all their stats.
It's on D&D Beyond, the Steel Defender. You can add it as a another thing.
Oh, nice.
Does 11 hit that goblin? I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay. And then just so you guys know, if you're within 5 feet of my guy, if you're 5 feet of my steel defender, he grants disadvantage.
It takes his
once per
reaction.
turn. Yes.
My last character I played was a battlesmith.
That's my turn.
Okay. All right, Belzak.
Oh, and the
All right,
spear
so-
pops back. And the spear pops back in my hand. It's a returning weapon. Sorry,
Nice.
I need to clarify that too.
All right. Well, he saves me having to move. So for now, given that I think Birdman over here is squishy, I'm just gonna roll straight for an attack on this guy.
Okay.
And that'll be, I think, just a normal attack. Yeah. Oof. Does a 16 hit? That
Yes.
DC. That's crazy. Alrighty. Oh, Molly. Sorry.
You're
I got a dog issue. Okay, actually, I have a quick question on here. I'm
Sure.
assuming both of them read slashing, but one is a 1d8 10 plus 5, and one's a 1d8 plus 5.
For what weapons?
Sword.
Battle axe.
Battle Axe is versatile. If you use it with one hand, then it deals 1d8. If you use it with two hands, it
Oh,
deals
that's
1d10.
what that is. Okay. Oh, that's the versatile thing. Okay. Well, that yeah, it's one-handed because I have a shield. So
Then yeah, it's 1d8.
that would be a whopping 7 damage.
nice. All right, 7 damage to Numero Goblin. Okay. Anything else?
For now, no, I don't think so. Yeah, no, I'm good for right now.
Okay. All right. Goblin number 2, the one with Bane. Just let's walk on over. And he gets a -4 to his roll, right, because of the Bane action?
Minus 1d4.
Oh, minus 1d4. Do you roll that or do I?
You would.
Okay. So 1d4, so that's gonna be a -2. So then his attack is just a +2. So 13. I don't think that hits you.
That definitely does not hit.
Okay. All right, Kestrel.
All right. I activate blade singing.
Ooh, what is that?
I gain a +3. Well, I gain my intelligence modifier as armor. My walking speed increases by 10 feet, and I get advantage on acrobatics check and my intelligence mod to con saves for my spells.
Nice.
Like for maintaining
Concentration.
So I activate Blade Song, and I'm going to. It's a bonus action to activate. I'm going to circle around the group and head up here. I don't want to flank. They're within 5 feet of each other, aren't they?
Yep.
Okay, good. And I'm going to pull out my rapier, and I am going to stab the not baned one in the face
Okay.
with green flame blade. My cantrip.
Okay. Is there a? Do you just make a normal attack roll? Or a reflex save I gotta do?
No, it is a basic attack roll, and if I hit with it, then it will deal my imp mod to another enemy within 5 feet.
Okay.
For some reason, it's not showing me. There it is. Okay. 20 to hit. Not a natural 20.
Damn, that's so good. Yeah. Yeah, you hit that guy.
That would be 6 damage to him.
Okay.
And then 3 damage to the guy with Bane.
Okay. Bane. How much? You said 3?
Yeah, 3 damage to the guy with Bane,
Okay.
and 6 to this guy.
Cool. Alrighty. Alright.
And that is the end of my turn.
Alright, Tatanka.
Okay, I'm gonna move up here and use unarmed strike on the guy with Bane. Just kidding. I'm gonna.
Sorry, just a sec. She
Yeah.
has a technical difficulty.
I'm going to pull out.
She's still trying to learn D&D Beyond stuff.
Yes. I am going to pull out my great axe and use that on the guy with Bane.
Okay.
$14 to hit.
Just misses.
Then that's all I can do.
Okay. Alright. The Cap. Cap ain't liking this, so sees that his boy's getting flambéed over here. He's gonna come over, try to get a attack over on good old Kestrel. Alright, let's see here. Ooh, 21 hit you?
21 hits.
Damn.
Oof.
Yeah, at least damage isn't too bad.
No, 21 hits.
8 damage, slashing.
Alright.
Alright, that's all he's doing. Argus.
All right, first question. Am I in a threatened area of the gentleman here?
What do you mean by threaten?
I mean, if I were to back away, would he get an attack of opportunity on me?
No, I say that the Balzac and the Still Defender can give you just enough cover to where you don't actually have to be actively engaged with them.
All right, then I will fly up about 10 feet and back up over here.
Could we possibly get like a flight token or something?
Actually, let me double. Let's see here. Properties, elevation. I'm actually curious what this does. Oh, that's just actually going to just give him a 10 on the stat sheet. So, yeah, let's go ahead and I want to state.
Well, for the time being, I guess can you play with that and we'll keep going?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give him a token real quick. There you go, green fly.
All right, and I am going to take the gentleman who is engaged with Kestrel, and I'm going to say, "Hey, ugly!" Made you look, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on him.
On the hobgoblin.
On the hobgoblin, yes.
All right.
And that is a 18
Oh yeah, that's hidden.
for 5 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to say, for my bonus action, I'm going to say, "Hey, less ugly." Made you look too. And I'm going to cast Healing Word on Kestrel for big ol' 4 points of healing.
Take it.
All right. So
Back up into double digits. Oh yeah.
Kestrel's at. Okay, so actually I could do this too. I can
I
display.
was gonna say, isn't there some way to adjust HP as we
Yep.
go?
Yep. So if I click on Kestrel and then I go damage, then all that Kestrel's doing is taking 4. Okay. And look, Kestrel's at 13 of 17 inch points now. Her little life mark went down. Okay. All right. Anything else from Argus?
That is it.
Okay. As for the goblins, I didn't have time to code their HP, so I'm using the combat tracker to actually track theirs. So. All right, and then the last guy, last gobbo, he's gonna move up and attack Kestrel because, I mean, his boss wounded him. Why can't he? Okay, so just D4. Okay. Oh! Sorry.
I think that hits.
Yeah, nat 20.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Session 1.
I can't shield that guy, so
Isn't shield a reaction?
it is. But I mean,
Ranged
shield
attack.
wouldn't stop.
Oh, I guess it wouldn't stop that, would it? Never mind.
It was just a regular attack, right, with a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Never mind.
scimitar.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be 2d6 plus 2. 12.
Okie doke. It's a good thing Argus healed me.
Yeah.
I'd be dead.
Oh. Okay, these guys weren't supposed to hit this hard. Okay, that's end of round 1. Round 2, back up to Lumen.
Okay, I've thoroughly had enough of my friends, well, I don't know if I would say friends. I met them like 2 hours ago. I've thoroughly had enough of these acquaintances almost dying already. So I'm going to go in and channel Divinity for Twilight Sanctuary. Everybody within a 30-foot radius of me gets 1d8 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Are you gonna roll it?
Yes, I will. Second. It's 7, and let me make sure that nothing is added to that. Yeah. 7 temporary hit points. And I'm going to... That wasn't it. I'm going to cast... Shield of Faith on Kestrel. So she gets +2 to her AC. And also, Bane is now gone.
Okay. Womp womp womp. No more Bane.
Is that a concentration spell?
Yes, they both are.
Oh, I just wondering.
And that is my turn.
Okay.
Is there a way to set temporary hit points on our hit on
Oh, right. What was the temporary hit points everyone got?
a 7?
7.
Oh, 7? Yeah, so... let's
On
see.
your D&D Beyond page, on the right of your HP, if you just click on it, like left click,
there.
it'll bring up temp. It says temp underneath it, or above it.
Okay. Oh, I can just do this. 7... Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do a mass group. Do that. Oh, shift. Sure. So it's everyone in a 30-foot, right? Alright.
Yeah.
Heal.
I think
Tap.
that does
So-
get everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, just barely.
Right, did I get it? Oh, I gotta enter it manually. Okay. 7. I thought it was gonna be mass, but...
Also, I had a question that I forgot to ask. I can wait until you're done.
Oh, go ahead. I think I got everyone now.
Is it dark in here?
It's got enough light to where you can see everyone perfectly well. It's like, it's not the brightest day, but you can think of a well-lit tavern. This is about the same light you get in here.
Cool. So,
Okay. Alright, anything else, or we good? We got everyone's temp HP? Yeah, okay. Alright, back to Goblin. And, let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna try to take another swing at Belzak at this point, because, you know, he's kind of pissed that he didn't get a chance to actually... Oops.
Okay, swinging at belt. Which one is this? Goblin.
Yeah, it's this one, sorry. This one's gonna attack him.
Okay, he'll have disadvantage if he's not attacking with skill defense.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. He doesn't know that, so... +4... And... Wow, okay. I guess we're not hitting him, so... Boom. Steel Defender's doing his job. Lore.
Alright, throwing a spear at this guy again.
Okay.
please let me know if anybody gets hit. Well, I'm listening, so never mind.
Alright, cool. Natural 1. That's well to go.
Wow, this thing is a love-hate relationship with us already.
And then bonus action with my my dog, my steel defender attack. No, it just comes down to I can roll. My character's named Lore for a good reason. I can roll all the intelligence abilities very well, and yeah, there we are.
All right.
Nailed it.
Okay, Belzak, your turn.
All right, I am going to. Can I tell which one would be weaker at this point? It would be the left one, right? The one left of me. This one.
That one actually. Yeah, that one's actually technically weaker.
All right, I'm going to take a swing at that one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to hit. That would be 23.
Oh, yeah. Layeth the smacketh down, sir.
All right, that one didn't do me too well last time. Let's try this one. Oh, that one did well though. That would be 11 points of damage.
And bleh.
Does that signify a corpse?
Yep, it's dead.
And I'm kind of surrounded. I can't really get anywhere. I was gonna try and kind of place myself in front of somebody, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess for where I'm at, I will just stick to right here so I can kind of try and keep him away from Squishy Bird.
Okay. All right. Then so that was Goblin. That's Goblin 1 is this guy. All right. I guess we'll just try to hit hit Belzak. I got that's the 13. Probably swing and a miss.
That's definitely a miss.
Okay. Kestrel, it's your turn.
Okie doke. Which of these three is probably hurting the most, or looks beaten up the most?
All right. So guy has 9. Goblin 3 has 9 HP. Goblin 2 actually has the least amount of HP left.
Okie doke. I guess I'm gonna take a swing at him with Green Flame Blade going on again.
Okay.
There we go. Finally getting some good rolls. 23 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
It is 11 damage to him, and 3 damage to the other goblin.
3 damage to the Hobgoblin or Goblin 1? Okay, Goblin.
Goblin 1.
Okay. 3 damage to. Oops, messed that up. He should have.
And after I make that attack, I'm going to use my bonus action to use my Misty Step ability and appear down there,
Okay.
just to get myself out of the front of line.
So, question then: are we considering like the corners also part of like reach? I mean, I realize her ability lets her get out of that, but what I mean is,
If you have.
where she's at right now, could she technically be attacked by Goblin
Misty Step would stop that because it's a teleport ability. It means that they don't get attacks of opportunity.
One? No,
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 he's
I wasn't
asking if
attacking about the.
no.
I'm saying,
Oh,
can he
okay.
attack you from where he's at?
No.
Where you stop?
So I'm gonna keep the roll like this. So like we had, like when we had Argus right below Belzak up here in this spot, I would think there would be ample coverage between fighting this guy and this guy to where he couldn't have a direct line of contact there. But let's say
So does that mean that 4 people can attack a thing at the same time? I wouldn't be able to stab Goblin 1 where I'm at now.
you would have allies that let you go through. So that
I think what he's saying is, if there's 2 people like down and right, like where you're at right now, you could attack him, but if you were to step away, he couldn't take an attack of opportunity on you because we're in the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's ample. I like to do it as the coverage role. Like if there's someone that can give you like just even a small amount of coverage, that's one thing. But if let's say Balzac wasn't there, then yeah, he could probably stab you because there's room to get around.
That makes sense.
Okay, Tatanka.
I am going to swing on Goblin 1 with my axe.
Okay.
26 to hit.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
And 18 damage.
Okay, that's gonna do it. Damn, you hit hard.
And then that is the end of my roll.
Okay. Goblin, the Hobgoblin captain here is he's starting to sweat a little bit, seeing that 2 of his guys just went down like a sack of potatoes after 2 hits. Rushes up to try to hit Tatanka. What did I roll for him? I think it was a +5, yeah. I don't think a 12 is going to hit you, is it?
Who is that towards? Sorry.
Tatanka.
No.
Okay. Argus.
Okay. Well, things are starting to drop, and Kestrel's out of the line of fire. Everybody else seems to be holding their own. I'm going to cast another Eldritch Blast at the Hobgoblin. That's a 10.
Oh,
So that's a miss, and I don't want to spend any of my other bonus actions on other things. I'm just going to fly over there just to kind of like mix it up a little bit. But that's my turn.
okay.
Okay, hold on a second. On mine, for some reason, D&D Beyond like glitched, so it would have only been a 16 if that helps at all.
Oh no, it's dead.
Yeah, she does a 1d12 plus 4, and it gave her 18 for some
Yeah,
reason.
don't know how
Yeah.
that happened.
I was asking her because I was like, that sounds really high. Like, what?
Yeah, that's like crushing damage at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, even still, if you got max damage, which was a 16, yeah, that still killed the poor dude.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
Unless you're raging.
Oh.
Not yet.
No need to rage yet. Okay, so that was Argus. The last remaining goblin. He's just gonna go over here and since he's gonna take a shot at Fox Boy or Fox Person. Sorry, I keep messing that up. I don't know why. Slash roll. 1d20 plus 4. 19 hit you?
Yes.
Ow. Damn it. Alright.
Oof.
So 1d6 plus 2. Oops. Did I? Oh, well, okay. Oh, I put a. Damn it. I got. So our other dice bot makes me use an exclamation, not the /, so. Oh, that's not a d6. There we go. Ooh, okay. So.
Cool. That's just my temp HP.
Right. Alright, no more temp HP. Alright, that's it for that
For
guy.
now.
Your turn.
Excuse me, sorry. So for my turn, are either of both of these two have taken damage, correct?
Yep.
Which one was it that hit Castrol really hard?
That was the hobgoblin.
Okay. For that, I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the Hobgoblin. DC 15 Wisdom save.
Ooh, okay. Uh, 1d20 minus 1. Alright, he fails.
10 damage. And I'll say very quietly, maybe nobody even hears, but I'll say, don't fucking hurt my friends. And that's it. And also, at the end of my turn, I will get back 2 temporary HP.
Sweet. Heal.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I heard that?
I will elect to not.
If you guys wanted to roll that,
I
go
wasn't,
ahead.
like, trying to hide it, but I think I just get very quiet when I'm angry.
I feel like this character is very timid. I'm gonna roll for perception just for the hell of it.
13. Why not?
Mine would be 17.
I will elect to not.
15.
Okay. You said it was just a whisper in combat. So if you had anything higher than a 15, then yeah, you definitely heard that.
Aw. Me and my crappy rolls.
You're not having much luck this fight.
No. I've actually hit 2 times, so that's something.
All right. Anything else from Lumen?
Nope, that's my turn.
All right. He's dead. Lore.
I'll move up there and I'll throw my spear at goblin to
Uh,
Womp womp. That's 1-2-1 if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. Who's keeping count though?
Move.
I'll move up my dog and attack this goblin as well. All right. Well,
barely misses.
progress, but not enough. Okay.
All right.
I'd look disappointed, but I'm a robot. So.
All right. Belzak.
All right. Can I move forward and like hop over this dead corpse?
Oh yeah, these things.
Even if it takes all my movement, I don't care. I just want to get in between these two.
Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna move right there, and I'm gonna attack the hobgoblin.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a 1. That's definitely not a hit.
Oh, you slightly stumble on your way to smack him.
I fell over the corpse as I was trying to do it. It works. So that pretty much ends my turn.
Okay. Kestrel.
Here. I guess I'm going to circle around and flank the hobgoblin over here.
And I think we said in our chat that that does give you advantage.
Excellent. And 1 second.
Oh, is he considered flanking right now?
Yep.
Or she?
'Cause
Yeah,
you're-
now we're on opposite sides. And
Okay.
he is considered within 5 feet of that other dude, right?
Yeah, there's a 5-foot gap between the two.
Yep, I am going to use Green Flame Blade again.
Okay.
Let's see. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit him.
That is 9 damage to him. Oh, I didn't roll advantage. It doesn't matter. I hit.
Okay.
I hit and I took a crit on the second roll, so yeah. 9 damage to him and 3 damage to the other goblin.
Okay. All right, they ain't looking too hot. The goblins are starting to feel it.
And that is the end of my turn.
All right, then we go to Tatanka.
I am going to stay where I'm at, but use my axe on the hobgoblin.
Okay.
So 20 to hit
20.
and 14 damage.
Oof.
Jesus. You hit, you hurt.
That's about all I'm good for.
Hey, gotta be good at something. Make it good. Yeah, you just kind of just cleave right through him from the neck down and just falls limp and bleh.
Sorry, out of character question, but did you make that death token?
It's built in.
Whoever built that, I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's really nice. That's why I got this mod. Really nice. Anything else, Tatanka?
That's all.
All right. He did Argus.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to do the damn thing again. Fire an Eldritch Blast at the one guy who's still up. And that is an 11.
Oh. No.
Okay. Well, then I will start screaming obscenities in Celestial. And that's it. Or Sylvan, I'm sorry.
Okay. Last goblin. Since Steel Defender, you said I have disadvantage on my attack rolls if he doesn't attack the Steel Defender.
Depends on who you're attacking, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I guess we'll just try to attack Balzac since he's right next to him. So I'll take the disadvantage at this point.
I think that's how it works. I don't know if my dog has to be 5 feet from them or not.
Oh, he's definitely within 5 feet.
Well, no, within the ally, but
Oh.
I think
No,
we
it's
found-
just the enemy.
okay.
Does a 16 hit?
Probably.
A 16 does not hit.
Oh, okay. Well, now Goblin missed. All right.
In your face.
All right, and back to the top of Lumen.
Oh, that's me. Hi. On my turn, I'm going to move here and I'm just gonna actually Toll the Dead again. DC 15 Wisdom.
Ugh, this is probably not going to end well for him. Let's see here. -1. 10.
Cool. He takes 2 damage.
Oof.
He is looking like
That's
he's on death's door.
That's my whole turn. But at least Belzak has advantage on him.
Alright, that's dead. Lore!
Lord just like stampedes through all of you over the corpses and the people and gets on the staircase and is just like angry. Do I get advantage because I have the because we're flanking here
Yep.
with my dog?
You do.
Yeah, because that seems like the smart thing to do right now. I will stab him with my spear. So I can roll 2-1. Hey, there's a crit.
Oof! There's a natural 20.
Yep, nat 20 to finish it.
Wee wee.
Do I need to roll damage? Or...
Yeah. Go ahead and tell me how you finish this poor sap off.
Oh yeah, well, like there's like a staircase there. Is that what's going on?
Yep.
Yeah. So as I said, he just kind of like rampages through the crowd of the corpses and all of you, and he's like Laura's been pretty quiet the whole time. And he just gets really frustrated, and he kind of like does like a Superman like leap, and then like stabs this guy through the back of his shoulder blade as he leaps through the air. Because he's got a height advantage on him, so it's pretty impressive. And then he just kind of calms down. And then he looks at you and goes, "Should we have questioned him?"
No, I don't think so.
I look a little disgruntled because I was hoping to kill it.
I think we'll be fine without them. They haven't found it in 100 years.
Yeah, I think we'll be alright.
All right.
This sort of suggests they're rather inept, at things other than stabbing me in the gut.
Are you
You
doing
know,
that
this does bring up a very good question about the way that people want it. Now I'm going to loot the bodies.
All right. Go ahead and. All right. So let's go ahead and do this then.
I'm obviously going to be helping him with this.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thing.
So, hands in the air. Does anyone else feel the need to have a little lie down for an hour?
How is Kestrel looking? Is she like bloody?
Kestrel's rough as
Kestrel's
fuck.
not looking
Barely
good.
thing At this point, she
Kestrel's
is using her
legit
off-arm
HP
to hold
is
her
1.
guts in. She is using her off arm to hold her guts in.
Reed, she's fine.
Not great.
All right. So on the goblins' corpses, you guys find each will receive 13 pieces of silver and 14 copper pieces.
Each player does, or
Yeah,
on
player
each
does.
corpse?
Each player does.
Ooh.
So you said
Is
6
it-
silver, 14 copper?
No, sorry. 13 silver, 14 copper.
For each player character.
Each player character, yeah.
Excellent, thank you. And Kestrel just sort of collapses to the ground and leans her back against a pillar and sort of just drifts off into a bit of a trance.
Can one of you two go help her? Her guts are not
I'm
great.
good. Just give me an hour. I'll be fine.
Yeah, she does this.
How have you two remained together this long?
It's symbiotic, sort of.
Okay,
He's
well,
a parasite, and I'm supposed to make him not die.
And you see how this works out, right?
I
great.
get stabbed in the guts, and he just flies over the shit.
all right. Well, this goes on. So we've looted the bodies. There's nothing else in this room for the moment. We're just taking a short rest for her.
You guys do find a piece of parchment on the goblin captain. Do any of you speak, or do any of you have goblin as a language?
Do not.
Not.
I do.
No.
Hey, so you read it.
I
and-
don't, actually.
Oh, damn.
I pretend like I do and say, oh, this is boring, and then just...
Well,
Don't.
for the time being, while we wait and everybody's doing their thing, I'm just going to kind of stand by this door over here and keep an eye out for anything.
So we are doing a short rest?
Seems potentially wise. Let me know how you're feeling after an hour. I may be able to help get you feeling a little better. Has
Alright.
anybody else sustained any injuries?
No, I'm pretty solid. Actually, I'm really solid.
Yeah, I think Kestrel was the only one who actually took real damage. Everyone else just got nicked off of, either weren't touched at all or just got their temp HP nicked, and that was it.
And I think maybe we have... It seems that you don't fare too well in the front. Am I mistaken in that, Kestrel?
Ordinarily, I'm fine. They just sort of were a bit sharper than I am accustomed to.
Right. I can sustain a couple of hits, so I'll be up there with you all next time.
I need to remove shield.
Okay.
Can I actually talk to, while this is going on, I would like to talk to Lore for a sec and basically say something along the lines of, I noticed that your little dog bot thingy was kind of useful at making things not hurt so much. Maybe you should try to kind of stick close to that wizard over there. I appreciate the help, but I'm pretty durable, so...
It seemed apropos. Once again, though, I know you, but I'm not sure of her yet.
I understand that,
Wait.
but if we're taking your guys' direction and wanting to try and recruit them for the time being, we probably should at least keep them alive.
No, that is intuitive of you.
Are y'all having this conversation quietly?
I'm not being
I'm
not like being super stealthy, but I'm not being like really quiet either.
Laura doesn't do anything quietly.
Laura's anti-stealth.
I will say, and let me preface this by saying, I don't blame you at all, and in fact, I think you made the right decision, but she's gravely injured by helping in a fight that you started, so I think we're on closer footing insofar as how much we can trust each other.
Well, listen here, buddy. I'm watching the door, letting her take a rest so that she feels a little better, and I'm trying to suggest that my compatriot here, Mr. Robot, assist her. I don't see how I'm being negative about this and not trying to help out or cooperate. I'm not trying to push forward or anything.
I just thought I should make my opinion known.
It's noted. Also, sorry about the ear thing.
I appreciate your apology. If we're have we been able to complete our short rest?
Yeah, no problem with that.
On a side note, during the short rest, I used my arcane recovery to get back 2 spell slots.
Well, if we are going to during the short rest thing, while we take the short rest, I also am going to be. I pulled out my lute and do a jaunty little song of rest.
Can I don't mean to hijack your thing, but I've been waiting for this. Can I take out my lyre and play along with him? Not for any effect, just to play a little tune for everyone to raise everyone's spirits.
Also, at this point in time, I would like, since we're taking a short rest, I would like to bind my battle axe to me.
Okay, that's fine. How much HP does your Sign of Rest heal? I know it's what, 1d6, right?
It's 1d6. If you can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of a short rest by spending 1 or more hit dice. So it's for people who spend hit dice to heal.
Okay,
So anyone who spends any hit dice to heal also heal an additional 1d6.
yeah.
I think the only one that's doing this right now is Lex, because we all had 10 hit points.
I'm sorry, Lex. I didn't mean to freaking beat you
Yeah,
up.
that crit was rough.
It was that crit. Like, I would have been fine, but that crit, holy crap, man.
I'm sorry.
Crits matter.
I know, it happens. It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Also, I have a random question involving my binding of weapons and such.
Okay.
Since I have the ability to do so, am I also able to bind to my shield? So it's because I can have 2 bound to me at once.
Yeah, I don't see an issue with binding that as long as you keep it to two equipable items. I mean, technically, I've seen people use shields as weapons, so I'd see it would be fine to do that.
Okay, just making sure.
And how much HP did you end up recovering for Kestrel?
I am back up to 15.
Okay. Alright, so let's heal that back up to 14. Okay. Nice. Alright. We get some HP back. Alright. So,
I also have one quick
How
question.
long did the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
This is just more of an overall thing. Would my character know when they're in a disadvantageous position, like if they're being flanked and it's easier for enemies to hit them than usual? Because I have a mechanic that kind of deals with people having advantage against me, but I suppose I've never thought if I would know if people do have advantage on me.
I think what we would end up doing is that if we had something along the lines of like the flanking or like vicious mockery or something like that that gives you disadvantage, yeah, we would just that'll be pretty evident to you. I'm not gonna. I want to try to make sure that you guys can. If you have mechanics that rely on that sort of information, I'll make it evident if you guys have it or not.
Cool.
Did anybody pick up that parchment, the goblin one?
I picked it up, but I didn't do anything with it because I don't speak Goblin.
Yeah, currently none
So-
of us speak Goblin, so it's just a gibberish paper.
Yes, but it might be useful in the future.
I
think
will
we
give
have
it
it.
to Kestrel because she probably does the thinking stuff that I know of.
Sounds good.
Well, we can either try to find a goblin to translate it, or I could see about looking into getting a scroll of comprehending languages.
Well, I feel like we just came across a goblin, but oh, that's right, we beat his face until it stopped moving.
In complete fairness, I'm totally alright with that. He
They
saw the
deserved
fight
it.
coming. A little bit, yes.
Nobody says they're gonna pillage me and get away with it. Well, unless you're a girl.
certainly taught
but-
him.
I shall only proceed.
On a-
I'm just gonna hang my head in shame.
Was that in character or what?
Both.
Okay.
I'm glad I rated this shape
Uh,
premature.
Those temporary hit points from before, how long do those last?
Let me make sure on that.
Yeah. For anyone who was asking for how long that went, we went 6 rounds.
It's about 30 seconds.
I thought general round was 10
Or
seconds.
36. Isn't it 6 seconds a round?
6 seconds around.
Seconds around.
Yeah.
It does not specify how long they last. And on that
Temporary,
note,
temporary hit points usually just last until they go away.
Yeah, until they're gone. Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure it wasn't like a temporary thing or if they're still there. I like them still being there, very much so.
on that note, I think for the sake of ease moving forward with that ability, I can give you temporary hit points at the end of your turn every time. So I think if you have less than, you can roll the 1d8 yourself and see if it's more than how much you have left. And you can just replace yours with that. Like if you've taken damage or if you got like a 3 before and you get an 8 this time. Because it's a little difficult for me to keep track of all of it and say, would you like to take these temporary hit points instead?
Wait, so it's only like. I guess what I'm asking is, so you're constantly giving us temporary hit points.
Yes.
There's no cost to this?
Well, it's a channeled ability that I can use once a short rest. It's an aura. I can put it in the chat. That would be a lot.
Oh no, I'm just asking so I understand how this works. And then the way it works is basically when we replenish it, we use it up at the end of our turn. As long as that aura is active, we can basically roll it again.
Yeah, because temporary hit points don't stack. So if you have 6 and I have the opportunity to give you 8, you won't then have 14. You can have 8 instead.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Okay, that makes more sense. I just was trying to interpret that. All right, so if we're done here, would you guys like to proceed? As I kind of motion forward.
That sounds fine.
I just fall in line behind the other two without saying anything.
We should go back to the place where they said it was a dead end. Just because they said it was a dead end doesn't mean that they did something good.
Also, should we do something with their bodies? I mean, do we want anyone to know that we were responsible for this?
I kick one and then shrug my shoulders.
I mean, we weren't exactly stealthy about entering here.
Well, I mean, if there's a dead end going that way, and there's other guys going this way, why don't we just put a couple people up in guard over here and yell if anybody comes?
I mean, we could just like stick them in a corner and I could light them on fire.
Well,
I
I would be
like
one to help
that
with
plan.
that because I can help you light them on fire. So
Alright, let's just go drag these up into the corner here and light them on fire.
let's try to do it in. I guess it doesn't matter which corner we do it in. It's just a corner.
They're just going to be a grease stain at the end of the day anyway. And light them all on fire.
All right.
All right, yeah, I help her out. Try and
Alright.
get them on fire and burned as fast as we can.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of firebolts at the corpses.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
All right. Hasta luego. Nothing but charred armor and weapons at that point.
Okay, so are we going to go check out the dead end, or do we want to proceed forward?
Well, it depends. Do we trust their judgment on whether it was a dead end or not?
Well, I mean, they seemed pretty frustrated and didn't know we were here at that point in time. But that doesn't necessarily mean it was a dead end.
Well, probably won't take too long to have a little look
All right.
around.
If that's the case, I'm just going to start going for it. I'm I'm just gonna walk forward and keep it.
Okay.
So however you wanted to go about this.
I guess just move along in whatever order.
Yeah. I'll just go ahead and walk in forward. I'm hardy. I'm not too worried about it at this point.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys make your way up to the north section where the path veers off into two smaller areas, going left and right, and a major chamber in the middle and in front of you. It's still the same gray area. The difference is that these pillars actually have edifices that you cannot quite see from your location, except for the one straight ahead.
Okay, well. Um,
Yeah, we're going until 10 or a little over if we end up needing the extra time. So.
well, I guess for the time being, I will walk forward into here and see if there's anything. I don't want to like go examine all the room, but I kind of want to just look and see if there's anything of interest in here.
Yeah. Anyone else joining him up there?
Oh, I kind of just want to take a look around to see if
Yeah, I'll look.
there's a note.
Yeah, we'll just all follow along.
Okay. So as you enter this chamber in here, you see four robed men. They all have different facial expressions and as well as a different tool. One has a book, another has a paintbrush, another has a hammer and chisel, and another has what would be used for metalworking for like making like busts and stuff like that.
Where are these guys at?
Where the four pillars would be in this room.
Oh, so we're technically standing on one right now.
Yeah.
They're actually people or statues.
These pillars are think of it this way: the back is a smooth pillar, that's like a smooth column, but in the inside of the column, there's a statue that's chiseled in.
Okay, statue of a person.
Yeah.
All right, and what's this in the middle? Is this what it is?
Yeah, what's in the middle is a large hole, but the mechanism, it looks like the rope is perfectly fine, but there's a little box icon in the middle to where for it to descend into. So you see a small metal box, and it's just dangling in the middle there, and it's just completely empty.
Wait, the box is empty?
Yeah, you can see right through it.
The well?
Yeah.
Or the middle?
Yeah, so this area right here, there's a box underneath this rope that's completely empty, and then this is an open area that descends downwards. You can't see.
Oh, okay. So it's like a bucket or a box like that would be sent down to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Like it's a well.
Yeah.
Can I step up to the well and just throw a fireball down it?
Yeah, you can go and do that.
Like straight down.
Yeah, so it goes down and then it just goes out of sight. Like you basically just get the feeling like it's bottomless, and all you hear in the room is like a weird sound that makes it sound like you did something incorrect.
Is there anything that looks like writing in the room? Should I make an investigation roll?
Yep, go ahead and do an investigation roll.
What did you say the four men wearing robes were holding?
One was holding a book and a piece of a book and a quill. One was holding a hammer and chisel. One was holding a paintbrush, and one would be holding a tool as if they were metalworking in terms of making like a bust or something like that.
Is there any particular correlation to like their positions, or is it just kind of generic?
It's just kind of generic. They're just all facing each other, and Lore, you kind of see that the one with the book has some sort of writing on it, but you're not entirely sure what it is from where you're at.
Anyone have the ability to decipher writing? I sadly do not. There is something written on this book, potentially.
It depends on the sort of language you're looking at. What sort of language does it appear to be?
I can't really tell. Maybe someone with flight can get up there.
He
I nudge
probably
Bird.
should, but he's currently in the loo.
His moment to shine, and he walks away.
Indeed.
Are the walls bare in here?
Um, Go ahead and roll me an investigation on the walls.
I just kind of want to look around and see if there's anything of interest in here. Period. Besides, obviously, the statues.
20 total.
Okay, you see an odd set of things on the walls. You make out a weird round sphere, and it's repeated with a yellow triangle, followed by a red circle, followed by a. So it goes. So let me get the pattern right. It's a brown circle, followed by a red circle, followed by a yellow triangle, followed by a red circle, a green square. And that's all you can determine at that point. The pattern repeats across the room.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah.
Yep. So, brown circle, red circle, yellow triangle. I'm going to change this one. Pink square and green square.
Circle, circle, triangle, square, square. That's
Yeah.
okay.
And brown, red, yellow, pink, green in that order. So we
Can-
see this as like a repeating pattern on the wall in the room, or is this
Yep.
just one spot?
Yep, it repeats across the room. It's from top to bottom, from the floor to the ceiling, and even on the ceiling the pattern repeats.
I have a couple of things here. Are there any markings on the well? Like on the things that hold up the crossbar? And on the crossbar themselves, like the handles?
Or the floor itself, too?
So on the in the box that would sit underneath this rope right here, underneath that in the box, it looks like it just one side just opens up completely if you were to just like prop it open, and then it slams shut. So it looks like it's something that you would put something in it, but there's no writing on it.
Is there a considerable amount of rope on here?
Yeah, it looks like it goes down. The spool of rope, you can easily estimate that it goes probably a good 150 to 200 feet easily.
Yeah. I also have unlimited range on my dark vision. Can I look down the well and see if I can make anything out?
Oddly enough, as you peer down to it, you only get to maybe about 60 to 90 feet before it just blackens completely again. Like there's something there that your vision cannot pierce on its own.
So
All right.
I imagine. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, looking at the contraption with the box that goes down, does it appear to be in working order? Is there anything crazy about it, or does it seem off at all?
Yeah, the one thing that's really off about it is that it looks like it's in prestige condition. Like the rope is perfectly good. The actual wood that and the levers that actually would move, like it's a polished wood, like with finish and everything. Like this well is like it's like if someone was maintaining it for decades. It's not degrading whatsoever. Like you've been in places like even towns where the rope is frayed. Like the rope is like perfect on this thing.
All right. Well, while everybody else is looking, you said I can open the box up?
Yeah.
All right. I want to open, like, is it hard to figure out how to open it, or is it just like a simple latch?
Oh, it's just a simple latch.
All right. I want to open it up, and then I want to start just going down with it till I feel it stop while they're doing their stuff.
As soon as you get on top of it, the device doesn't actually let you lower.
My friend, I think there is an offering we have to give this. I don't think it is you. No offense.
So
Um,
does anybody else think it's something to do with the endlessly repetitive symbols on the wall?
That would be my guess. I was just trying for sheer curiosity.
Of course,
The
I am
symbol. Oh, go ahead.
as an artificer. These are equipment. These are the tools of artisans. I believe there is some type of gift that they are requiring to go down below. That is at least what I have been intued. But I'm not sure about the colors. I might be overlooking something.
All right. Well, at this point in time, then, personally, I want to go check out the two little hallways that we passed by on the way up here.
That's what I was going to say as well.
Makes
Me
sense.
too.
Yeah. Before we leave, just to make sure, the statues holding the tools, like none of them seem to have any symbols or colors on them that match the stuff on the walls. Correct?
No, the only thing that is the one that is holding the book and the quill. That's the only thing that has writing on it, and that's the only one that we're kind of waiting for Flyboy to come back for.
Flyboy's here.
Oh, okay. So yeah, one of them has a book that they can't see from where they're at due to an elevation issue. So they were waiting for you to fly up and see if you can read it from up there.
I will fly up and see if I can read it from there.
Okay, yeah. It's funny enough, when you actually look at the book, it actually changes to your language of preference, and all it reads is, "Bring me the offer that would please these four."
It reads, "Bring me the offer that would please these four."
These are all guys that just build stuff, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Lore told you, they're all artisans of some sort.
Okay. Well, I still would like to
So-
continue to the little side rooms.
Can we get that again? I forget which four they were again. So it's a book and a quill and what else?
Book and a quill, hammer, chisel, paintbrush, and a tool that would be used for metalworking for like statues. I can't remember the damn name of it.
So book, quilt, hammer, and then the like a chisel.
Sculpting tool.
Yeah, I can't remember the. I'm trying to think what you would use for like a bronze statue in terms of an old style item.
Electroplating. I would think you would use a chisel unless you're like actually forging it.
Yeah, if you're forging it, then it would be like hammer-esque.
Hammer and anvil, sort of thing.
Renaissance.
All rather different, as Lore mentioned. There
Would for the now, would it just be all right if we just did like metal altering tool,
Yeah, I was just gonna put it like that. Let's see if I can find.
just for sake of understanding?
Oh, yeah. What the hell am I looking for? It's a type of hammer. A pinning hammer.
Are you talking about a ball peen hammer
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
cool.
that's used for like shaping metal and whatnot?
Yeah, ball ping hammer. Yeah, there we go. I was trying to figure out the word. I was like, what is it?
Okay, so we got that for now.
What would please them most? Is that what the text was?
Yeah, I think it would be something that had a lot of work put into it by the creator, because all of these are very different, are creators of very different disciplines, and I think the thing that they would appreciate most is, as the thing that they would all appreciate together is the effort that somebody put into creating it.
Or counterintuitively, it might be something new that they can craft.
Something that they
Like-
all put into building on something.
Yeah, it could be the blank page that the writer would want, or the blank slate that the I don't know if there's a stone worker, but that's just a counterintuitive thought to posit your thought. Your logic is not incorrect. Let us go and check these other halls.
I'd
And
like
ponder
to-
on
All right. As you guys enter the two side rooms, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Are we doing multiple people or no?
You can do multiple people, or you can try to give someone advantage if you feel like you have some insight to offer them.
You said investigation, right?
Yeah.
I rolled a sweet 9, which is
Yeah, I rolled a 10.
I got a 15.
18.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm rolling. Hang on, it's a investigation. +0, 2.
Oof.
All right. Anyone with the 15 or higher can tell that that there's two sets of odd works. One is it's a brick it's a brick structure that you would see in like in a blacksmith. However, the bottom's completely flat, and there's a rack in the middle that you would place something on. But there's no actual air pump that you would see to kind of raise the heat in metal. That's the only thing that's off about this heating contraption.
Oh, so it's a heating contraption. So it's like almost like a forge or something.
Yeah, the best you can come up with is that it's some type of forge, but it has no pump to pump air into. It's like it's supposed to maintain a certain heat and maintain it thoroughly without adjusting too much.
Is there anything else in this room, or is it just this little forge? Is there anything like on the walls or anything like that?
Actually, yes. The one last thing that's in here is that there's a flat piece of wood that extends out. It's got a square. It's got a square ending that's wide and long, about 14 inches long, diameter-wise, and then it has a large handle in the back, so that way you can safely put something inside of it.
So like a platter, essentially.
Yeah.
And they're both the same
Yep.
on either side?
Okay. So I'm gonna reconvene, or I'm gonna go to the middle at least. I don't know what they're gonna do. I'll wait for them to finish doing whatever they're doing.
So basically, there's like a wooden platter that looks like something is supposed to be put there in the middle of a forging room.
Mm-hmm.
We burned all those guys' stuff, but their weapons were still there, yeah?
I figured we'd looted whatever we could get off of them.
I'm sure they still have like their spears or swords or whatever, because we don't need extras. We can take those. What do you have in mind?
Well, I was just thinking, since there's a sort of place to put something in a forging room, I was wondering if it might somehow be connected to the other room and might want us to put in something forged. And seeing as how I don't really want to give away one of my weapons, and I don't carry about autistic metal works with me.
We can put the dog.
That's
No.
a fair point.
I didn't want to say anything.
It would be a far more
What-
than
Is there something in the room that is the forge in both rooms? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the forge is in both rooms with the same identical tool in it.
Well, okay. Just to double check again, you said that one had a book, one had a quill.
So one had a book and quill,
Okay.
one had
Book
a chisel and hammer, another had a paintbrush, and another one had a ball peen hammer.
I'd like to just briefly stop in this entrance room here. Do these pillars have similar faces walking all my way around all of them?
No, these ones are completely pretty much a gray stone column. There's no distinguishing feature about any of them.
And what did the book say again?
Bring us an offering that would please us.
Bring us an offering that would please us.
I'm just gonna get back to the room, pick up one of the swords left
Can we
behind.
throw the bird in there? Would that work?
You can try.
Trust me, he wouldn't please
Touche,
anybody.
sir. Touche.
What were you saying, Kestrel?
I'm gonna go back, pick up one of the swords from the no longer present goblins, and try to toss it into the well.
Okay. So as soon as you toss one into the well, you hear a sound of like it was a disapproval.
I'm going to take it that that was not what they want.
Apparently not.
And I'd already tried throwing magic down there, so that didn't work either. I'm going to suggest that we hold off on this and possibly venture farther forward and see maybe if we discover something that may fit something along the lines of what they're asking for or may ask for.
Is anybody good at writing prose? And I just stare at Argus.
I'm good at writing cons. Does that count?
Well, try writing something else and dropping it into the well and make it actually good.
While he's writing, I'm going to ask her, well, how does that fit all the criteria? Or are you just trying?
Well, they said bring us an offering that would please us, and that fellow over there is holding a book with a quill. I mean, if they're all artists and that one's holding a book, it would suggest that he's a bit of a writer.
Artist? There's only
Please,
two that may fit that description.
the problem is it's please us, which is the plural, which means all four most likely.
Well,
I mean, I'll try
it
anything,
rather
but
suggests all four of them. The one holding a book and quill could also be a scribe or a scholar, but one is holding a hammer and chisel, which suggests a sculptor of stone. Another is holding a paintbrush, and the last is holding a hammer used for sculpting metals. It sort of suggests all three of them are artists.
I'm almost done. I just need a word that rhymes with suck it.
bucket.
Fuck it.
Ah! Okay. I'll drop it down the well.
You hear
Well, at least we know that we have an excellent way of disposing of his future prose.
All right, I'm gonna slowly start walking as I shake my head and go wait at the hallway up here while they do their thing.
My only other thoughts are what the colors mean. Do you have any thoughts on that, anyone?
I've been racking my brain and can't really think of anything.
I mean, they're just painted on the wall, right?
Yeah, they're just painting the wall in the same order, repeating across the entire wall and even the ceiling.
Made of tile?
More like kind of like how the Egyptians had those lines, and then they just kind of like a tile essentially. Yeah, it's just kind of just repeating all over.
Does anything happen if I scrape off a pattern? Like I deface one of the sequences in some way?
It just magically restores itself.
Okay.
Well, hmm?
Sorry, can I make some type of history roll to see if these colors have anything to do with anything or this pattern?
Yeah, go ahead and try.
While he does this roll, I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Nope, you have absolutely no idea what these colors would indicate.
Perhaps they will make themselves revealed as we go through the dungeon.
Alright, so I suppose it's time to move along?
To clarify, these forges did not work at all.
Well, that's the thing. You guys didn't even try to start them up, as far as I know, right?
No, they weren't on, though, is what I was
Oh
told.
yeah, they were cold.
I don't know, start a forge.
I would have absolutely no idea how to start a forge.
And you said that this was called the Temple of the Four, is that correct?
Yep.
I'll try to turn on the forges, Sal, I guess.
Okay, yeah, they kick on, no problem. The one, go ahead and make me a investigation roll. You definitely notice one thing that's really trippy about this forge is that even though it's hot, you don't think it's going to melt high precious metals at all. In fact, it's really unlikely that it could really do any type of actual forge work that requires high heat.
That's both of them.
Yep.
Are you sharing that with us? Because that's not something I would recognize.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you. I usually just, I'm like an annoying computer, so whatever Sal says, I probably just say out loud because I think it's awesome.
Could it be for glass instead of metals?
Does it actually burn anything, Sal?
Oh yeah, it'll heat up like a regular forge fire would, but you just like so you notice that the temperature's a little bit lower than what you're accustomed to. Like you feel it's kind of odd that it's not made for metalworking. You can definitely tell that right off the bat.
I forge weapons out of this. This is like, I mean, this is what I do. So
Yeah, you can definitely tell that this was definitely not for forging any sort of weapon.
There were no sets of tools anywhere in those rooms?
Nope. The only tool that was on there was a long piece of wood with a flat 14-inch diameter square center with a long handle, and that was about it.
It's like
Is
a
that
pizza peel.
tool for, is it a tool for something? Would I recognize the tool?
Um, actually, let me take a look here. Roll me a. Let me look at your guys' character sheet real quick, see if there's something a little bit more applicable.
This literally is bake a pizza and drop it down the hole. It'll be a good time.
Everybody
It would be an offering that would please all of them.
True.
Oh,
Um,
it's a yellow triangle in a red circle and a brown square.
Brown circle, red circle, yellow triangle, pink square, green square.
Go ahead and roll me a insight check.
Who's this?
Lore.
I dare you.
You recall when the information that you got put into you, remember that there was something odd about the fact that humans have to cook food and that a certain amount of heat was necessary just to ensure that their consumables would not burn, and this reminds you of that.
All right, so this is for making food, which I don't know anything about. I'm aware of. I was created. I actually don't. So you don't have to worry about me eating all the food.
So, does that mean that what they're looking for is food?
It would please them all,
Does anybody have
theoretically.
anything to eat?
Can I heat some of my rations into the hole?
Yeah, you can try.
I'll try.
So yeah, you.
I don't exactly have like straight food. I have some like spices and some odds and ends, but
I'm serious though. The color thing is hilarious. Like a brown circle with red circles and yellow triangles. Like, come on.
Well, then where do you get the pink and green squares from?
Well, green. I can't even like respond to this because I'm a robot and I don't know anything about pizza. So I'm just pointing that out. That's very humorous.
I assume nothing happens with the rations in the hole.
You hear the same denial sound again.
Are we supposed to be putting it in the box first, and then lowering it, and not just tossing it down?
well, that's kind of what I was trying to do. I was just trying to see down when I threw the fireball, but
That's not a bad idea.
Okay, so this time, as you put in food in the actual crate and send it down, the actual mechanism hums to life and lowers it in a flash. 10 seconds later, you hear, "Not bad, but not what we're looking for."
So
Might I suggest that we continue on to see if we can find something else?
I feel like we're on the right path, but
I suppose it could just be that they don't like rations. I mean, few people do.
I was gonna say I'm not a big fan of them either. So
Get the job done.
might
I
I
ration.
also suggest that the colors of the patterns might be particular, like the color patterns might actually be like different food descriptions. Something brown and circular, something red and circular, like a tomato, a
I would be
potato.
inclined to agree. I just have no idea what kind of food it might relate to.
I'm just hypothesizing for.
A good idea. I usually don't think of my food in shapes like triangle. But
I still vote that we move on and see if we can find anything before we get too invested in trying to solve one thing at a time.
I
sure.
suppose a triangle could be like a slice of cake.
All right, it is 10 o'clock, so this is probably a good stopping point for tonight, and then we'll reconvene in a week unless anyone needs to do anything with their character before, so they don't forget to do it now before we roll into the next room. Go on.
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm good.
Have anything? I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right.
Good.
Well, that will do it for us tonight, folks, and we will go ahead and end our stream there for tonight. The replay will be available in about a good solid 12 to 24 hours on YouTube and immediately here on Twitch.